We're live.
All right.
Well, hot mic. We're recording.
Okay. So, you all find yourselves on a journey to the island of Stormwreck Isle. Your reasons for traveling to the island could perhaps be only known to you, shrouded in secrecy, or perhaps you are being guided by an unseen force pushing you unwittingly to your destiny. Whatever the reason, you find yourselves here aboard a ship called the Compass Rose, along with 6 other travelers who you may or may not know at this time. It is important to note that the Compass Rose is not a passenger vessel. It is a commercial ship that transports goods to wherever they need to go, and they take on various contracts from people to do so. You managed to find a way to secure your travels on the Compass Rose despite this, as trips to Stormwreck Isle are very few and far between, and you needed to seize the opportunity as soon as you could. Perhaps you paid the captain a sum of gold. Perhaps you owe him a favor now. Maybe you're cashing in a favor he owed you, or you could just be really good friends that go way back and he hooked you up. Maybe you even snuck on board, hoping to blend in with the other stowaways. No matter how you secured your passage, you are so far successful. The one wrench in the plan is that the Compass Rose was originally supposed to depart the following morning. However, you overheard the captain and what appeared to be the sponsor employing this ship for this particular transport having some type of argument. The sponsor went on and on about some huge storm that was supposed to hit the port the following morning, right before departure, and it could delay the delivery. You overheard the sponsor threatening to withhold payment from the captain if the delivery was late and urging him, if not outright forcing him, to leave early. So that's what the captain did. Shortly after that conversation ended, you all set sail on the ship with this captain and its crew shortly after dusk. It is now nightfall. A dark overcast shields the moonlight from illuminating your ship. Only the faint light of scattered lanterns provide any kind of glow or illumination for the crew to see what they're doing. You are situated in the middeck of the ship. You can hear the creaking timbers above and underneath you groan as the growing tides strike the ship on all sides, rocking it with the motion of the waves. You all have settled into a room that appears to be a dining hall of some sort, because again, it's not a passenger vessel, so there's no, first class lounge or anything. You just have to make do with whatever space you could find. Behind you, there is a shared wall with what you believe is the crew quarters. You walked past it when you were boarding the ship, saw the door open, and saw some bunks in there. Right now, though, it's relatively quiet, other than the sound of those waves kind of assaulting the sides of the room you're in. And so now would be a great time for each of you to describe what your character looks like, what you're doing, and maybe even introduce yourself to any travelers who are unacquainted with you. I'm going to go ahead and go down the list of the Discord channel. And, if you guys want to start conversations with each other, that's fine. But before you speak for the first time, just make sure to describe what you look like. So we'll go ahead and start with Cosmo,
God, why me? Jesus Christ.
because you're at the top.
My name's Fen.
Ven?
Fen. Yeah, like F-E-N. Don't question
Like
me. That's
fentanyl.
what yeah, my parents kind of sucked at giving names. They just gave that. Anyways, regardless, I'm an elf. Pointy ears. All that fun stuff. I don't feel bad describing what I look like. I don't feel like describing these people that I don't know quite yet. I don't want to get known to these people.
But as they're looking at you, what would they notice about your
Fair enough.
outfit or your swords or
Fair enough.
anything that's going on?
I have some more like greeny. It's like kind of like a nature-esque like outfit. My cloak is hovering over my head. I'm just kind of like looking around the scenery, just trying to keep it to myself. Try not to start any conversation whatsoever.
Very nice. Doc, what do you look like? What are you doing?
My name is Dalen Night Sky. I have a nice little, I don't know what you'd call it, a nice little hat with a feather on it. I got a little banjo type instrument here. Got a nice little coat on. And I'm a halfling. You can hear me in the background just singing along a little tune. Looking to see who's around. And yeah, I'm not going to tell much about myself. I'm going to keep it close to the chest.
Okay. So we got Cosmo being kind of quiet. We got, we have Fen being kind of quiet, and then we have Zaylin being quiet but also playing a song, making a nice tune, maybe the one we're hearing right now. And then we also have Perrin, or sorry, Fallacious. Fallacious.
Yeah.
What do
Oh
you
my
look like?
god.
Yeah. My name's Fallacious Coon. I look like a toned twink. I don't have a shirt on, but I've got pants. Don't worry. And I'm trying to be friends with that short little bard over there.
I give you a little wink.
All right.
Successful friendship has been made between the little halfling bard and the Twinkie elf druid. That's fantastic. Next we have Bobby.
I be Bobby. I am here searching for glory for the farm I come from. You see, a tall, simple man wearing basically a farmer's outfit, with a giant greatsword on his back and a pair of hand axes on either side. And I am trying to find alcohol.
Do you
And
want
I'm
to
being very vocal about it.
search the room for alcohol?
Yes.
Go ahead and do an investigation check for me. We'll see how long it takes to show up.
It'll be a second.
Are you supposed to start the game session?
No, not yet. That will only be for combat.
There it is. 15.
15. Okay, so you make this desire for alcohol really known, and the rest of the party, you guys just see this like really big, broad-shouldered barbarian just throwing shit left and right, looking for any kind of alcohol. You go into the room outside of you, and there's this big open kind of pathway that goes up to the top deck and a few other rooms around this area, and you see some barrels, and you knock one over, and you notice a familiar brown liquid starts to leak out of it.
Oh, I have found my treasure. I start drinking it.
Fantastic. So Bobby has now found his, we'll call it ale, and has brought it back into this little room with everybody else. Are you going to be sharing with other people, or are you just like downing this
If they
thing by
want
yourself?
some, I'm more than happy to provide.
Kind
I
of
want some
slowly,
brown.
like look over and see this man just excited to have this like alcohol. I slowly like walk up, kind of hesitant to ask. What kind is it, by the way? What kind of alcohol is that?
Delicious.
Oh, nice.
I hand you a pint.
Oh, well, that's. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Are you gonna
tiny
take a sip?
Take a tiny sip. Yeah, that's good. Did you ask anybody to grab it, or did you just?
No, I found it. I started drinking it.
Fair enough. I like free alcohol.
All right, so now we got Bobby's got the party started. He's got Zaylin turning it up with him. Iramir, what do you look like, and what are you doing?
I have long brown hair, and I wear my armor all the time, even though it's uncomfortable because it's my security blanket. And I was sitting on a barrel, sharpening my sword. I have a big one. It looks too heavy for me, but I can actually carry it just fine because I'm really strong. And I was just sitting there sharpening my sword when this big, large guy just made a huge mess by me, and I'm really judgmental, and I didn't like it. And now he's being loud with some other person that I don't know. and they're drinking stolen alcohol, and I hate it.
Very nice. I can feel the judgment from here.
That tracks.
Yeah, very judgmental.
All right, so now we got Iramir sharpening her sword and exchanging judgmental looks, and now we have Jeff. What do you look like? What are you doing?
My name is Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
I know, that's what I thought.
Sorry, I had to.
Thanks.
I'm most notably recognized by my trucker hat. I am currently
buddy.
facing the room, making left turns only,
Oh my god.
and that's all I really gotta say about myself.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it through this. Okay, so we got a small party brewing. We have a judgmental paladin, and now we have a elvish NASCAR driver making left turns around the dining table. Katniss, is that right?
Yes.
I think you need a second shot.
Katniss, what are you doing? What do you look like?
So I have dark brown hair. My profile pic actually is my character. So dark brown hair. I am short because I'm a dwarf. I'm only 4'5". Medium tan. I will say that I'm not having fun. So I am sick to my stomach. I am watching the guy walking in circles. I'm getting pissed off. I'm getting mad. I see the guy drinking. I smell the ale. And I just think out loud, I fucking hate it here. I should have stayed on the mountain. Fuck water. Fuck ships. I'm over this. And then I notice the paladin, and I see her with the sword, and I'm like, she's my only hope. And that's it.
Okay. I will make a quick note, because I myself will be doing a ton of accents tonight. Accents are welcomed, but I ask that nobody laugh audibly at any terrible accents they hear, because I'm going to have a lot of bad accents. So just getting that out the way now. So as you all are kind of interacting with each other, some of you getting to know your fellow crew, some of you avoiding them at all costs, judging them, and wanting to get the fuck off the ship as soon as possible. You all notice that there's now a human male, a member presumably of the crew aboard this vessel, that's kind of has his arms crossed and he's leaning in the door frame of this door, just kind of watching you guys with this look of bewilderment on his face. And he begins to speak up to you. What the fuck is going on here?
I'm having drink.
Oh god.
The fuck? That's our barrel of ale. That's one of the only barrels we had left. What the hell? You know what? You've already cracked it open. At least let me have a glass. And he goes in and he says let him have a glass, but he kind of forces himself in there and he takes a tankard off the table and dips it. And he starts chugging it back.
I'm glad you've joined.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same. I've seen so many stowaways aboard this ship, and I've never seen a group quite like the 7 of you. What the hell are you doing here, and why are you going to that shithole of Stormwreck Island?
Can you say it again? Where are we going?
You don't know where you're going to Stormwreck Isle.
No.
Why the fuck would you want to
Not
go
right.
there?
Oh, I
I'm
knew that
just
one.
following this halfling fella.
What was that?
Personal reasons, I would say.
Yeah, it's not your business, actually.
I'm looking for the cup of Daytona.
I have so many questions. Do you guys even know what's out there? Have you guys even... Oh no. Don't tell me any of you are chasing after the legends you've heard about that fuckhole.
Aye.
Oh.
You've heard of the legend of Stormwreck Isle?
No.
No.
That's why I'm here.
Maybe Bristol.
Oh, Lord. So it sounds like one of you is on a wild goose chase and the rest of you, I still don't know what the hell you're doing, but since I got a cup of ale and some time to kill, would you like to hear it? The tale?
I'm intrigued. Here, let's find a comfortable place to sit and tell us this weird, interesting story. This wild goose chase, you say?
So while
I'd
you're
also
trying to be
like to have
kind
some
and
brown.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Kodiak?
I'd also like to have some brown.
Yeah, but also.
I hand him a glass. Or a tankard.
Thank you, big fella.
Jeff,
Um,
could you stop?
Before
You're
before-
welcome.
Before this, like, this crew member starts talking, I kind of like nudge over to Bobby over there, and I don't think the paladin likes you very much after that little stealing of the ale. But I wouldn't call it stealing. I'd say opening it up for the party. I would say.
It'll be fine.
Well,
Jeff,
just
stop
keep a
moving
close
left.
eye.
Holds out, grabs
That's
the
all.
tankard, holds it out. Needs a pit stop.
Okay. While this is going on and everybody's refilling their tankards, this crew member has now gone to the head of the table. There's a single chair that's left unoccupied. Presumably it's where Jeff was supposed to sit, but he's kind of doing his own thing, zooming around, and it's the chair closest to the door. And so this crew member goes to the chair and he flips it around and sits on it like backwards, like the cool kids do, with his arms kind of crossed over what's supposed to be the back of the chair, but it's now facing towards you guys. And he says, "All right, for you uninitiated, I'll tell you the legend of Stormwreck Isle. They say 1,000 years ago, there was an evil red dragon soaring up and down the coast, eviscerating everything in sight. It burnt down cities, it stole livestock, some say it even ate children. And then one day, 3 more dragons showed up. And everybody thought that these dragons were going to team up, but no. Those 3 new dragons fought that evil red dragon. And oh, it was a fight, a stuff of legends. They duked it out over top the ocean for God knows how long. But those 3 dragons, even though they had the numbers, they just weren't strong enough. They still couldn't beat this evil red dragon. Until one of those 3 dragons extended his wings out as far as he could, looked up to the heavens, and roared so loud that it opened a hole in the sky, and a beam of light entered his body, and he was possessed by some kind of astrological magic. And even with that magic, they still couldn't quite beat that dragon. They couldn't kill him, but what they could do is they pushed him underneath the ocean, all the way down to the ocean floor, and trapped him in a cell made of magical essence underneath the ocean. And with no other recourse, those 3 dragons flew away. But that evil dragon, he was mighty pissed. And he raged and spewed his fire and hatred so hard in that small undersea prison that it caused the very seafloor above him to rise in almost a volcanic eruption of fire, until the island that we now know as Stormwreck Isle was created from his rage and his fire. And even to this day, for the past 1,000 years, dragons have gone to that island seeking to either free that dragon or to harness its power for themselves. And it's now a graveyard of dragons that have all gone there and fought each other for that power. At least, that's what they say. I don't quite believe that. I think it's a bunch of horse shit. Sounds like a bunch of children tales told by drunk sailors that have nothing better to do with their time. I like to put my faith in something a little bit more real. And as he says that, he kind of takes his hand and he starts rubbing this very strange looking amulet he has around his neck.
What is that?
Kodiak's eating so big.
Would you like to
I-
actually ask him what the necklace is, or
Mhm.
do you want to try and just like see if you recognize what it is?
Can I make a like what would be the best roll for this? Can I make an insight check for it if that's available?
So if you're looking to see the origins of the necklace, I would say that would be a religion check.
Fuck. All right, I'll try to go for that then.
And then as soon as this religion check is done, Sarah, he'll answer your question. But I'm just gonna real quick do this check.
Mhm.
9.
9. Okay. It seems really, really familiar. And it's one of those things where you know it, but it's just right there underneath your memory. You can't quite get it, and it's driving you absolutely fucking crazy because you know you should know it, but you just can't think of the words to describe it. So unfortunately, you don't know the origins of it. But, Sayre, you're asking him directly to tell you. I'm going to have you make a persuasion check.
Okay. Is that this list of skills?
Yep,
And I
it's
click
on the
on
list of skills.
number next to it?
Exactly.
When you
Can
roll
you
the
pass
dice,
me another
does it
drink
add
real quick? I'm
bonus
just
to
trying to like
that, or
All
fresh
right.
in my mind. I need to figure out like it's top of my tongue, but I just give me Oriel. Come on.
Okay, so I had a question.
What's up?
So when you roll the die, do you add whatever bonus you have to that, or just
Nope.
whatever?
It adds the bonus for you.
Okay.
And if you guys need to do rolls besides like a specific like skill or anything, if I say just roll a d20 very generically, excuse me, you can click on the bottom left of your character sheet, and there's like literally every die imaginable you can click on, click how many you need to roll, etc., etc., and it's just a flat die roll. But Sayre, so you ask this very peculiar sailor about his amulet, and you rolled pretty good. So he's gonna say something like, "Oh, this is the thing that's going to keep me alive forever. This is the mark of my lord."
Who's
Have
your lord?
you? Well, have you ever heard of Orcus?
No.
No.
Like the
Whale?
Hey,
whale.
Marcus?
I said Orcus with a U. I'm
Oh,
gonna have
I
all
know
of you do a
Marcus.
religion check right now because now he's physically said, verbally said the name of this god, and I want to see if your characters know who this god is because I don't expect any of you to actually know this.
We have to wait.
7.
I got
You
a
see what we've all
15.
rolled?
It'll come in a sec.
I
There it
got a
is.
10. Fuck.
I got the 20.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys all kind of rolled. Honestly, you guys rolled pretty good as a group. So I'll just tell you all who Orcus is. You guys hear the name Orcus, and you recognize that name, including you, Cosmo, who was very frustrated you couldn't remember it. Now it's coming back to you like, oh fuck, I should have known that.
God damn
And
it,
you
yeah.
recognize Orcus to be the Demon Lord of Undeath, also known as the Blood Lord, or the Shadow That Was. And
Mhm.
you're familiar that his worshippers are kind of, usually they're in a very cult-like setting. They wear robes, they hide their identities, and a lot of them are focused on bringing this Lord of the Undead into the world of the living for probably nefarious purposes. However, you don't get that necessarily diabolical sense from this one sailor, so it's a bit peculiar that he decided to just tell you outright that he worships this Lord of the Undead.
Oh, so you guys are with the cult.
I'm curious that you would. Oh, sorry.
It's not a cult. All right, I know those fuckheads in the hoods. They're a little fucking weird. Don't get me wrong. I was skeptical when I first saw them.
Yeah, normally
But-
you guys got the red hats on. That's why I can recognize.
I met
If-
that Marcus fella, and he was a douche.
If you met Lord Orcus, you would either be of a different form, or you would not be talking to me right now. And all of you can cast as much judgment as you want. I don't have to take this from you. I know what I've been through. I've been on this ship, and ships just like it that have been attacked by pirates, sunk by cannon fire. Fuck, man. I've been grabbed by the tentacles of a fucking kraken. And then even when I'm at home in a port thinking I'm safe, I go in an alley to take a piss, and next thing I know I get a dagger in the fucking back, left for dead, bleeding out in a piss-ridden alley. You lived through all that, and you tell me you don't want to find a way to cheat that shit one more time. Nah. When death comes for me, it's gonna find out that I'm coming for it. And as he's going on this very loud tangent about kind of justifying, it sounds like he's not only justifying his belief in Orcus to you guys, but also maybe a little for himself. You get the sense that there's a very deep fear of death, and he's kind of hiding behind this this lore to kind of protect him from that, being the Lord of Undeath and all. And after he kind of finishes that monologue, you hear somebody open up the wooden hatch that leads to the top deck just outside the room. It goes, opens up, and you hear, "Oi, Roscoe! Get your lazy ass up here, we need your help!" And he turns, he says, "Hey, fuck off, I'll be there in a minute." All right. Listen, guys, I wish I could say it was a pleasure speaking with you, but it wasn't. So kindly fuck off, I got shit to do. And he stands up from his chair and he leaves the room. And you guys kind of notice as he's leaving the room that the whole time you've been on the ship, it's been like slightly rough waters. But in the time that you guys introduced yourself and had this conversation with this random sailor that you now know whose name is Roscoe, you've noticed that the waves have gotten a lot more violent. And the ship is pretty much tilted completely to its right side when Roscoe stands up. And so he stands like with a very leftward slant to kind of counterbalance this this tilt the ship has. And you would think he would kind of stumble and be thrown around, but you see him just kind of walk very dexterously, as if he's walking on a flat surface. So you can kind of surmise that he's probably a very experienced sailor, has adept sea legs under him as he makes his way out and he up the wooden stairs, and then you hear the sound of the hatch open and then slam shut. So after Roscoe leaves, it is once again a little quiet other than the sound of this very violent storm brewing outside.
Thank goodness that guy's gone.
And about this, kind of feels rough. I don't know. I barely travel the waters. I try not to take boats. I don't like the waters, but it seems like it's getting a little rough here.
So it's funny you say that, because as you do, you notice that the sounds that you're hearing have now grown even worse than before. There's a torrential downpour falling on the top deck of the ship right above you, kind of hitting the wooden boards. Some of it's even leaking in through the cracks between the boards, kind of into your room, dripping down. You hear the sounds of the waves not only smacking the side of the boat, but almost pushing it over. Each wave rocks you to the left and then to the right. And even as you go over the crest of the wave, your ship tilts towards the rear as the front of it goes on top of the wave. And then as it goes towards the trough of the wave, the back goes up and the front goes down. And you just feel rocked around in all directions. And this table you're sitting at is bolted in, thankfully, so it's not going anywhere. But your chairs aren't. So those of you that are sitting down are holding on to the table to kind of stabilize yourselves. Jeff, are you still walking around?
Shit.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, damn it. Dexterity saving throw. Okay.
Yeah.
Alexis, I think
Oh, nice. So this ship's rocking around violently, and you're tilted. Like, you're not as adept at navigating this kind of sea as Roscoe was. So you're definitely like kind of stumbling around, but you're not falling down. You're still able to do your little zoomies, and I believe you also have a tankard in your hand now.
it's a loose tire.
Exactly. So as you guys are kind of just noticing the storm getting worse, you start to also begin to hear the sound of heavy footsteps above you as well. And you've heard footsteps periodically, but this sounds like people are running very quickly. And it's not just one, it's multiple sets of footsteps sprinting around the deck above you. You hear people shouting and people shouting back, and just this very like constant loud communication. And it's loud enough due to all the sounds going on around you. You can't make out what they're saying, but you can make out their tone. It seems to be very panicked, and it seems very evident that something is going on the top deck.
I'm gonna go to the hatch and open it slightly and try and hear or see what's going on.
Okay. You open the top hatch, and you can kind of see some people running around near these lanterns that are kind of placed sporadically across the ship. But other than those small lanterns, it is completely pitch black. The clouds are completely shutting out any source of light from the stars and the moon, and you can't quite see over the ship, but you would assume because of the time of day and the fact that you're in the middle of the ocean that there's nothing to really see out there. You just see a few glimpses of shadows of sailors sprinting around, and you hear them still shouting in that panic tone, but there's so much wind. As soon as you open that hatch, just wind starts to assault your eardrums. The splashing of waves, the white foam starts to actually splash onto the deck and kind of seep down, and maybe it gets you like directly in the chin and slides down, and it's still just very chaotic, and you can't really tell from this small vantage point that you're peeking through what's going on. And
Do I
while
s-
he...
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead first.
Do I see Roscoe?
It's really hard to tell. It's so dark you can't tell who's who. You just see sailors all in a generally looking all the same. They have like the stereotypical striped t-shirts and some rolled up pants. They all look pretty much the same to your eye right now. What is everybody else doing while Zalen is looking at the top deck or looking through the hatch to the top deck? Are you guys still chilling in that room, or are you guys going up as well?
Jeff
I'm
is-
the one lifting up the halfling on my shoulders so that he can see out the hatch.
Love it. Shady, what'd you say you're doing?
I went up.
Okay. Is everybody else up as well?
Yes.
No,
I heard a
Yeah,
no.
let's-
no. I'm still sitting at the table, holding on for dear life, and also eyeing Katniss because it looks like she's gonna throw up on me.
Yeah. I am walking through the hatch holding my hand over my mouth. I'm going to fucking throw up.
Okay, so everybody except for Iramir then, you guys have ventured to the top deck. And as you emerge from the top deck, again, you're all greeted by this pitch black vastness of the night sea. And the crews running past you, they're kind of ignoring you. They don't even care that you're up there. They're just running through you almost like shoulder checking you, trying to do whatever they need to do. And you see some of them pointing up and yelling and pointing up towards the clouds. And you hear this thunder kind of rumbling in the not so far away distant. It's distant. It's not right on top of you, but it's getting closer. This thunder sounds a little bit different than most, though. It sounds a little deeper. It's got a really big bellow and roar to it almost. And then you begin to see lightning in the clouds overhead. However, this lightning doesn't strike down towards the ship or the ocean. Instead, it strikes horizontally from left to right. And then about a half second later, you see a ball of flames go in the opposite direction from right to left, meeting this lightning head on. And you see this magnificent phenomenon in the sky. And you see this lightning and this ball of fire meet in the middle and just explode on contact. And as you're looking up at this crazy explosion, you start to see something fall out of the clouds, cloaked in shadows. You can't make out what it is because it's so dark, and it's falling very, very quickly. However, you can tell that it's something pretty fucking big. And as it's barreling towards you, you quickly realize that you can't do anything except for brace for impact at this point because it is going to hit your ship. It's coming straight for you. So you all duck and brace for impact, and then you feel this sudden downward force of wind go push you down onto the floor of the deck. And you can feel this thing, whatever it was that was falling out the sky, is now shooting at an even quicker velocity back into the clouds. But as it shoots up, an arm or an appendage, something hits the central mast that's about 10 feet in front of you guys. It clips it about halfway up the mast, and it just completely splinters it, and the whole top half of the mast just falls and comes tumbling down, falls onto the top deck of the ship, and creates a massive hole into the mid deck. There's splinters flying everywhere. Some of the lanterns that you saw on the side of the ship have fallen into the mid deck now, and you start to see black smoke from presumably where those lanterns shattered on impact and the oil fell out, and now there is a fire on the mid deck of the ship. As you witness this, you also hear the captain from the quarterdeck behind you. He's on the helm of the ship steering it, and you hear him go, "Get off the ship! We are sinking! Everybody, get to the lifeboat!" And you look to your left, and you see a small rowboat capable of fitting, it's probably meant for 6 people, but you could probably fit all 7 of you if you get really close and uncomfortable. And as you're looking over there, about 10 feet to your left to the rowboat, to your right, now 10 feet away from you, because you guys kind of got pushed around by that downward force of wind, you hear a banging. And Iramir, you hear this banging. Well, actually, I'll get to you in a second, because you have a kind of unique perspective. But y'all on the top deck hear banging coming from that hatch. "Help us! We're trapped! We can't get out!" And you notice there is a large pile of wooden debris now on the hatch to the top deck, blocking the egress of these sailors that were sleeping mere moments ago. One thing is apparent. The ship is sinking, and the clock is ticking. What do you all do next?
How many lifeboats are there on this
There appears
ship?
to be one lifeboat. It is a small rowboat. kind of attached to the side of the ship, suspended by what appears to be a pulley system. You can see a winch where it's supposed to like lower very quickly. It's only attached by 2 ropes, so in theory you could also just unhook the ropes and it would fall down. But it's going to be 10 feet to your left. And real quick, Iramir, I want to address your situation because you are now locked in the mid deck of the ship with this crew. There appears to be a hole with a fire going on outside somewhere of the room that you're in, and that hatch that the rest of the party used to get out is blocked right now. So first, I want to see what you would like to do.
I would like to get out.
All right. So you leave the room that you're in. You've heard a fucking ruckus, to put it lightly. You have no idea because you didn't see anything that just happened. You just heard
Right.
a big crash, and now there's flames outside your room, and people are trying to get out. So you exit the room that you're in. To your right, well, in front of you and slightly to the right, I would say about 10-ish feet, is the stairway that leads up to the top hatch. And you see about 6 sailors kind of crammed onto that staircase, trying to push that door open, but to no avail. And then about 20 feet ahead of that, you see this fire has now broken out. And yeah, that's what you see right now.
Is there a hatch to the lower deck?
There is a hatch to the lower deck.
Okay. Can I go down it?
Yeah, you can go down to the hatch to the lower deck, and you don't really see much down there. The light sources in the lower deck, it's mainly used for storage, so there's like maybe, I'll say 2 lanterns, and you just see a bunch of crates kind of in the shadows. You don't see anything that could potentially necessarily get you out. Make a
Okay.
perception check for me real quick, actually.
Okay. That's rough. It's a 6.
Yeah, you can't really see much because of the darkness and the shadows.
Okay, does this ship have cannons on it?
This ship has not necessarily cannons. It's not a military ship.
So there's no cannon holes.
Correct.
Damn it.
Is the hatch locked?
The hatch is blocked by wooden debris.
Hmm.
So if someone were to remove that debris, it would allow anybody on the med deck, including Iramir and those other sailors, to get out.
I'll
I
remove the debris.
quickly start running over and like try my best to like lift up or like lift off this debris. I don't feel like leaving these people to die. This is not right. I think we should.
I also go.
Bobby, come over. Let's.
Okay, I heard 3 people are lifting the debris. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, all 3 of you make a athletics check for me, and I'll take whoever has the highest.
It'll be a second.
Yeah, no worries.
It's not gonna matter.
For fuck's sake. What did you roll? Oh fuck.
Okay, so the 3 of you have kind of gathered here to lift this wood, and as you're trying to lift this wood, you guys get it up for a second, but then you're like grunting, and you guys all kind of run out of oxygen in your bloodstream, and so you go ugh, and you drop it. And when you guys drop it, you kind of move the wood around a little to where the stack that was neatly, easy to pick up has now kind of spread even more. And so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get up now.
Can I try again?
Quick, we need more hands. Come on,
Can
over.
I push from underneath? Can I go
You
back
could-
up to
yeah,
the
yeah,
mid
yeah,
deck
yeah.
and push underneath?
Absolutely.
As I'm sitting on his shoulders like my son does on top of my head, I would like to lightly kick Phil and say, "Over there, Phil, let's help."
Yeah, and I stumble over, but my hands are too sweaty to grab anything. I just slip and slide around.
Okay. So we have
Hands are so sweaty.
Katniss, are you helping as well?
I would like to look around to see if anybody's in pain first.
Okay. Real quick before we get to the barricade situation, make a perception check for me because it's very dark and it's hard to see anything. Lots of the light sources are gone, and the fire's in the mid deck, so you can't get the light from the fire. You just see the smoke billowing out. So go ahead and make a perception. 10. From best you can tell, nobody on the top part of the ship, at least, appears to be in any kind of serious injury. People probably have nicks and bruises, but nobody's lying on the floor incapacitated. You do, however, see that the crew that was above the ship, which was about, from what you gather from the size right now, is about 7 people, including the captain, are gathering in front of that lifeboat.
Mm.
I'd like to roll off Bill and go try and find Roscoe.
Okay. So that means we have, 5 people dealing with the barricade situation. Katniss is evaluating the situation for casualties, and you, Zaylin, you're specifically looking for Roscoe. Is that right?
Yeah, sounds like
Okay.
it.
We'll do the Roscoe thing first. Make a investigation check or perception. You can either glance around, or you can physically go up to everybody real quick, a really quick glance as you run past
I
them.
have a +3 in perception. I'm gonna do that. I got a 10.
10. I'll say since you're doing. Oh no, you're doing. Sorry, I can't see if you did perception or investigation.
Oh, I physically rolled the dice.
Oh. Are you doing a perception or investigation?
Perception.
Okay. I'll say since it's dark, and people are kind of... You see that all the sailors that were up there are in front of the rowboat. You can't make out which one's Roscoe because, again, dim light situation. But you can see that what appears to be all the sailors that were on the top deck are near the lifeboat. So you could go over there and see what's up if you want.
Does it help if it's a 12? I didn't realize I'm proficient in that. I had a +2
Yes.
bonus.
That's exactly what you needed, actually.
Hell yeah.
So you see this group of sailors by the lifeboat, and you're able to pick out Roscoe exactly. You remember the details of his side profile, and you're like, that's my guy.
Okay. Do I get to do another action?
Wait 1 second. I want to go back to the barricade real quick.
Okay.
So the barricade, we now have 5 people there, 4 of them up top, kind of dealing with that top pile of wood. And Iramir, there are, again, 6 sailors that are kind of crowding the stairs. Do you want to kind of describe what it looks like trying to get to the top of the stairs?
Yeah, so I very nicely move them from my way, and I go up the stairs, and I start pushing on it,
Okay.
on the hatch, trapdoor, whatever it is.
Everybody roll athletics check. All the people doing the barricade thing.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
fuck
better
yeah.
rolls.
Okay. Give me 1 sec. Let me get some water.
Mine will be there eventually.
I don't think we need it, to be honest, but it's the spirit that counts.
I'm
Unless it's a
equaling.
nat 20.
I'm equaling the
I go get my
19.
vape. I'll be right back.
Damn, no, we got 2 19s. That's good though.
Okay, yeah, with the combined strength of 4 people on top trying to move all this wood around, plus this very strong paladin just giving all of her strength pushing up at the same time, this wood, the people up top, you're lifting it, and again, you're going straining, and then Iramir just pretty much shoulder checks the fuck out of the hatch, and it sends it flying up, and it just knocks the debris out of all of y'all's hands, and it just spreads around like confetti. Luckily, not hitting anybody up top of the head when it lands, but it just kind of explodes out, and you guys kind of all stumble backwards like, what the fuck just happened? And Iramir comes up from the top deck, closely followed by the 6 sailors, and they all go up to Iramir, and they're like, oh, thank the gods, you saved our lives. If it weren't for you, we'd be stuck down there.
You're welcome.
Such children.
And they all kind of look at the 5 of you, and they're like, hurry, quick, we must get to the lifeboat. Come with us. And they all kind of usher you off to the lifeboat. And what is everybody going to do now? Zaylin, hold on 1 sec. All the barricade people.
I'm gonna go to the lifeboat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna start running towards the lifeboat. The lifeboat.
Okay.
I
I'm gonna go
run
towards the
after.
lifeboat.
I run after the halfling, trying to find him again because I am still enamored with his size.
Okay. As you guys run to the lifeboat, a very sudden shock sends you on your feet, and you hear this loud explosion behind you coming from that hole in the top deck that's now situated behind you on the opposite side of the boat, of the lifeboat. And you can surmise that whatever fire was breaking out probably found some kind of explosive barrel of some kind of combustible liquid or something that the ship was transporting and has now caused a big explosion on the lower deck of the ship. And so now there is a hole in the bottom and a hole on the top of the ship, and there is no mast. And you guys don't necessarily fall over or anything. But the ship, or the lifeboat that was kind of hanging off the boat on the left side, it kind of shakes with the explosion, and it's supported by 2 hooks, right? 2 ropes connected to hooks, and one of the hooks slips out. So now it's kind of dangling by 1 hook on the side of the boat.
Can I just take my sword and chop the other rope so it falls in the water?
Yes. Give me 1 second. I'm interested to see what Zaylin was going to say to Roscoe. So, Zaylin, all this stuff with the explosion, you were making your way over there to talk to him as the explosion happened, and you see all the crew and the captain, their same reaction you guys had, completely surprised. Now they're really, really scared. You even see the captain who had this... Actually, never mind, you couldn't see that. You see everybody kind of freaking out because now you're close. You see the captain's freaking out, you see the crew's freaking out, and now you're free to talk to Roscoe if you want.
I'm not gonna talk to him. I'm gonna use sleight of hand to steal that amulet.
Go ahead and go for it.
Okay. 15 plus 5 plus 2. 22.
Well.
Okay.
Wait,
You
out of
go
char-
to...
Why was it 15 plus 5 plus 2?
I rolled a
Wait.
15 on my d20. I have plus 5 on sleight of hand, and it is proficiency. My proficiency is a plus 2 bonus.
Wait, no. Let me check your character sheet real quick.
Uh-oh.
It should just be a plus 5. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you.
That's still a 20.
It doesn't fucking
Yeah, yeah.
matter, yeah.
Yeah.
But just, yeah, so everybody's aware, you just click on that number, that plus 5, that's like your full modifier. So you would get plus 3 from your dexterity, and since you have proficiency, that 2 is added into that number for a total of 5.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, what the fuck does this look like? So you go up to Roscoe, and you had saw him from the distance, and he was already kind of freaked out, and as you got closer, you saw his hand was already resting on his amulet. And he was kind of, it looked like he was talking, but not out loud to anybody. He's kind of mumbling under his breath. And then that explosion happened and kind of scared the shit out of everybody. And Roscoe is basically in a fetal position at this point. He is like knees to his chest, clenching this amulet. And for a second, you go up behind him trying to sneak up to him, right, to steal this amulet. And he hears the creak of the floorboard right behind him. And he gets so scared, he goes, ah! And he throws his hands behind his head to try and take cover. And once he moves his hands from that amulet, you adeptly seize that literally half a second of opportunity to snatch it away. And he's so scared from all the events that just transpired that you have the amulet. And he has no idea.
Hell yeah. I'm going to take that, I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to run back and climb up Phil's chest and ride his back.
Okay. While you're running back to Phil and hopping on his back, Iramir, you said you wanted to take your sword and cut that down?
Yeah.
The ship? Okay,
The
you make your
rowboat.
way you make your way over there. And this is the same time that Zaylin just stole the necklace, and you make your way over there and you unsheath your sword, and the captain sees you and he goes, "Well, hold on now. What are you doing?"
I'm gonna cut this boat down so we can use it.
No, we can't have this chaos. This ship is a ship of order. Everybody calm down and listen to me. And then the other sailors, they see that you're trying to cut this ship down, and they're not stupid. They realize that there's 13 of the crew, there's 7 of you guys, and there's room for 6, maybe 7 people on that boat. So they quickly realize that you're now unsheathing your weapon to cut this boat down and presumably steal it for you and the people you're traveling with, because they don't know if you're friends or not. They just know you're traveling together. And the rest of the crew goes, "Oi, what the fuck are you doing?" And they all pull out scimitars, short swords, daggers, all sorts of small blades.
I stand behind her and I pull out my hand axe and I start smiling.
The captain, standing in between Iramir and Katniss and the rest of this crew, And he's now drawn his weapon and pulled out a pistol in his left hand. So he has a flintlock pistol and a scimitar. And he's standing in between you. He's not pointing at anybody yet. He's just kind of holding them out, ready to defend himself if necessary. And he goes, "Everybody, please calm down. There's no need for this violence. Look, if we can all get in a nice, organized line, we have women aboard this vessel. The women board the life vessel first. And then we've been contracted by these other gentlemen. We are responsible for their safe passage to the island. We have to do this orderly. We can survive this. We've survived so much hardship. We just have to put our minds together." And the crew is not happy by this captain seemingly taking the side of these random strangers. And they've all now kind of turned their anger from Iramir directly to the captain. And one of the sailors goes, "Oh, if I'm going down with this ship, I'm going to make sure I take every last one of you with me." And combat is about to break out.
Before question,
Yeah.
my cantrip, I get unlimited, right?
Yes.
How far away are they from me?
They're, well, what are you using? What's the range on it?
10 feet.
10 feet? Did you go to the lifeboat already?
Yes.
Yeah, they're within 10 feet.
Okay. So, I'm thinking about using my prestidigitation spell because
Okay.
it can create a sensory effect, which would give us time to then get on the lifeboat.
Okay,
Wait, what is it?
it's like an illusion spell, and he can make an illusion.
Oh, okay.
What kind of sensory effect are you looking to make?
Just a shower of sparks. What my options are.
You can come up with anything that's like, hold on, let me review your sheet so I can give you some parameters. But you don't have to do strictly what that sheet says for that spell. Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation?
Yeah.
Prestidigitation.
Harmless sensory effect. So you could do anything that's like a very minor effect, whether it's a smell or a visual thing. Just can't do any damage, and it's not going to be very big, whatever it is.
Make it think he shit himself.
So can I do like a smoke cloud to give us time to get on the boat?
Yeah, you could do a. Does it
Pretty windy.
have? Oh, that's a good point. Thank you for checking me on that. You could make a smoke cloud, but it's so windy that that's probably going to be dissipated really quickly.
Well, Jeff just thought that in his head. Sorry.
Wait, so do you still want to do that?
Fuck it. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you cast Prestidigitation, and are all of you all kind of now behind Iramir and Katniss beside this lifeboat?
Yep.
Yeah. I
Okay.
run up to the boat.
Okay, so this boat's still hanging on by a single rope. It has the 7 of you kind of on the back side of it where the rope is still suspended. The captain's in front of you. This big angry crew of 12 angry men is in front of you as well, after the captain. And Jeff Gordon casts this spell that makes a kind of, is it like a black smoke? What does it look like?
Yeah, it's a thick black smoke.
You cast this thick black smoke, and it casts like right over the eyes of the first sailor in this row of, or the first row of sailors in this angry mob. And they kind of all look around for a second, like, what the fuck was that? And it quickly starts to dissipate because of the high winds at the moment. But they do look pretty confused as to where the smoke came from. Some of them are even looking down at the floorboards to see if it's smoke from the fire beneath the deck, and they're trying to see if it's like rising underneath them or if the ship is more on fire than they thought. So it has some effect to it. They're all kind of a little distracted from it, but it's not anything major. With that being said, the captain's back is to you guys, so he can't really see what you're doing. He's focused on his angry crew that's seemingly forming a mutiny right now. What do you guys do now?
Can we all climb into the boat?
Guys, I have an idea.
At this point, you would have to cut the boat down because it's dangling down by one end, so you couldn't get in it while it's suspended. You'd have to cut it down first.
I thought it was off on the side. That's why I did that whole thing.
What's your idea?
I have a flashbang.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Are the 12 people within a 15-foot cone?
Oh, I see what you're doing. Yes, they are.
Okay, I'd like to turn around and tell everyone, all right, just close your eyes and wait a second.
Okay.
I take the advice.
You,
slowly
you could
cover my
also
eyes.
stand in front of them. You could get to the head of the pack if you'd like, but I'm not going to force you to if you want to make everybody close their eyes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell everyone to close their eyes.
Okay, sweet.
So if I just click cast, it'll do it?
Yeah, if you click cast, it'll take a spell slot. And
Okay.
then, oh shit, I have to do a lot of dice rolls. Give me 1 second.
Is that like gives you dice roll for like each crew member?
Yep.
Yeah.
How many crew members were there?
There are 13 total. Yep.
15.
Let's see.
And like this is okay, right? Like if we talk about this shit like that, like
Yeah.
Yeah, metagaming.
This is some
So,
fucking modern flashbang.
9 of the 12 people. And real quick, did anybody not close their eyes that was in front of Zalen, or did everybody take the advice?
I
closed my-
covered my eyes with
closed
my
my eyes.
hand.
I
Okay.
took one step closer to Iramir and I closed my eyes.
Okay, sweet.
I did not close my eyes.
God dang it.
And you're directly in front of Zalen because last I checked, Zalen's like on your back. So go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
So Zalen cast this spell, this
no, we just did it right.
flashbang. Wait,
Oh, it was
he
a
did a
con
con
save.
check.
Did the wrong
Yeah,
one.
he's good.
God damn it! I kind of wish that didn't that we had the first roll. Okay, so Zalen's on Fallacius's back, and he casts the spell. Everybody except for Fallacius in the party closes their eyes. Fallacius, like the sparkles hit his eyes, and he just kind of blinks them off, like he's not affected by it. Perhaps he even enjoys the pretty colors that kind of decorate his eyes for a second. And then 9 of the 12 people, including the captain now, are completely blinded by this. It's almost like glitter. Like imagine popping open a can of glitter and it just gets fucking everywhere. And it's in their eyes and it's on their clothes and they can't see. And then 3 that are left standing are kind of spread out. They're not towards the front. They're towards like the back of this angry mob of sailors. And they're still kind of caught by surprise by what the fuck happened. So they're not really reacting right away. They're still trying to figure out what's going on between the smoke and the glitter bomb. They're like, what the fuck is this? And the ones that are blind are just kind of like slashing around kind of wildly. One of them accidentally kind of slices the other and he's like, oh, fuck me arm. And the captain, he kind of glances over. He's again blind and he's just kind of flailing his sword towards the angry mob away from you guys. What do you guys do next?
I'd like to say just canonically, what I did was I pulled out a stick from my back pocket, which had a tiny little twig coming off it, and I bit that and then just threw it at the people, and then that's what made the little flashbang.
All right, perfect.
I take this opportunity, with one of them being like super blind, to pull out my longbow and just aim for one of his legs and just try to shoot his leg.
One
Yeah,
of the
go
guys that
for
can
it.
see.
Roll for attack.
All right. That'll be, yeah, click on the longbow, 4+. 24.
All right, roll damage.
All right.
That's a nat 20.
Oh yeah, because you have a +4. Oh my god. Okay.
So it's a
Yeah.
double.
Oh my gosh. Poor guy.
And
Took the whole
14.
leg off.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. This ranger, what was your name again? Flynn now?
Yeah, Fen.
Flynn is kind
Fen.
of. Are you in the Finn? Sorry. Are you in the back of the crowd?
Okay. So we had the paladin. What would you say? Would you guys say like you would be on the right side of this, like the boat,
We're on the left side of the boat right now.
or your left side of the boat? I mean, like, I guess like because we're all in a circle, kind of like gathering around the boat, around the lifeboat. Regardless, I'm in the back line. I have like an opportunity to like, there's like enough room for me to make a clear shot, and I shoot, just aiming towards like his kneecap.
Okay, and was this one of the blinded sailors or the unblinded sailors?
One of the blinded sailors.
Okay. So you aim towards one of the blinded sailors in the front row, and keep in mind, like pretty much the whole front row is blinded. The next unblinded sailor was in the next row behind, and you guys are probably, I'd probably say there's 7 or 8 feet of distance between you, between the front of these lines, anyways. You're probably maybe an extra foot or so back, so let's call it 10 feet away. And so you aim and you draw your arrow and you aim straight for the kneecap, just wanting to wound him. And this arrow goes straight into his fucking kneecap. And like Sarah said, his leg just gets completely ripped off. Blood starts spewing out of that shit. You hit like the, what's that artery called in your leg?
Femoral.
Yeah, you hit the femoral artery and that shit just is
Ew.
squirting. And he's blinded, so he doesn't even know what happened. And the person behind him that was unblinded doesn't see you fire the arrow because it's dark. There's shit going on. He's distracted by the flashbang and the smoke. He just sees his friend lose a leg, and he's like, "Oh my god! I think the captain shot him!" And they think that the captain used his pistol to shoot this person. So
Longsword, right?
what's up?
Yrmir has a longsword, right?
Yes.
Can I tell Yrmir to swing for the rope on the lifeboat? Bring it down?
Yeah, let's get going before this shit wears off.
Yeah, I mean, like, while we have all that chaos going, that would be a great time for Yrmir to just get rid of that rope so the boat comes down.
Okay, can I swing my sword? Will it work?
Absolutely. You could have swung your sword at any point since the captain turned his back.
I didn't want to cut you off. Okay, so I swing my sword, and does it automatically hit the rope, or do I have to roll for it?
I'm gonna say roll for it just because it's dark and it's kind of swinging around from the weight of this ship. So just roll for it.
Oh, okay.
Which one?
Your longsword attack. Let me find your character sheet and see if I can be more helpful.
Just for context.
What's up?
Is that the hit DC, just for context? If
Yes, the hit DC, sorry. The hit DC column, it says +4 beside your longsword. Just go ahead and click that for me.
It's an 8.
No, that hits. This thing, it's still a rope at the end of the day, and it's a long sword, so it has extended reach. Basically, as long as you didn't roll a nat 1, you probably would have made it with your modifier. So you swing, and it's kind of an awkward swing at first, but you do make the connection, and your blade's sharp enough that it automatically cuts it. Now, you do have to worry, because of the way this boat was swinging, and it was kind of, one side was hanging up, and the other side was facing down. You have to hope and pray that it lands the right side up. Otherwise, it's going to be a capsized ship in the water that you'd have to turn over.
Oh, shit.
So on top of your attack roll, I want you to roll me let's call it a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
So what you're trying to do is you're trying to use your dexterity to get the angle of this cut just right.
It's a 5.
The ship falls. This little lifeboat does fall down into the ocean, but it's capsized. It's upside down, and you can not jump directly into it from the ship. You'll have to get in the water and overturn it, more than likely.
And I flip it with a mage hand.
Dude, I'm so glad you said that because I was literally thinking that would be the perfect thing. Yes, you can.
Hell yeah.
All right. So
I'm gonna
Zaylin,
take a little flute out of my pocket and I'm gonna go and like try and get it to flip over while making little wrist movements.
so as you do this flute, a magical hand comes out of the bottom of the flute as you blow into it, and it's got kind of like a line behind it.
I'm blowing into it? Okay, hold on.
What would you do with the flute? What else?
Yeah. What else would you do with the flute?
There we go.
What happened? I'm so
I
confused.
don't know what happened.
Well, you said I blew into the flute, so I had to actually.
Oh yeah, that's just like how you're casting it, though, right? You're just playing the flute.
Oh, my mic doesn't pick it up? Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you trying to
No,
whistle?
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear
I
it.
fucking bought a pre-recorder off Amazon.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta put the
it's
bottom of
probably
the recorder up to the
filtering
mic.
Settings. You could
Oh,
probably
God, I'll figure
turn
it
off
out
the
later.
I think
filtering.
noise suppression is what you need to turn off. But you play this flute ever so gracefully, more to the confusion of the people that are blinded and the people that are unblinded but see their friend bleeding out in front of them. And a mage hand starts to emit from the bottom of this pipe, and it kind of leaves this glowing, kind of like spectral trail behind it as it goes forward to the bottom of the ship, and it pushes on the side of the boat. It does have a very low weight limit to how much weight it can pick up, but it's not necessarily picking up. It's kind of pushing against it, and it's pushing and pushing, and luckily a wave that's kind of coming through underneath the boat at just the exact right time. The mage hand's able to use that leverage and the angle to where the ship just gets a slight lift off, and then the next wave causes it to splash right side up. So the ship is now floating right side up beside the ship for now, but it is unsecured because it has lost both ropes, and it will float away if you do not get on it soon enough.
I start. I'm assuming I noticed like the whole like the mage hand like.
Yep. Everybody standing next to each other in your party sees this, and even if you don't know exactly what's going on, you get the idea that he's using some ability to overturn this lifeboat that just fell in the water.
I start bolt. Oh,
Sorry. There were like little candles around, right? Like not.
Correct. There's a
Okay.
few left. Some of them fell because of the chaos, but yes, there's a few left.
Okay. So before anybody does anything, can I use thaumaturgy to like make them brighter?
Absolutely. That's a cantrip, right?
Yes.
Timeout as far as all of us together. Cat just asked if he's able to join.
Yeah, sure. Like, well, you mean like join just to hang out, or join as a character?
I think join as a character.
We can like find him wherever we go next.
well,
So if it's
I
okay,
think-
so I just saw
that might be
more-
another session maybe.
The thing is there's already more people here than the settings intended for.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
already
he originally
had to
wanted
ramp up a few
6.
things.
it was just a curiosity question.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no for now, even though I love Cat. Make sure you say that. However, I am doing a second session with Fred and Shammy, I think, and whoever else wants to join. That will be on Sundays after this one's over. So he'll get an opportunity at a later date to play some D&D.
What a DM.
Tell him curiosity killed the cat.
That a boy.
I said Hose doesn't like me. We've already begun.
Oh my gosh.
He just gave like an eloquent like, yeah, he's gonna be able to play.
I'll deal with that later. I'm sorry, what was going on?
All the lights are brighter.
Lights are brighter. So you use thaumaturgy. I can't pronounce half these fucking spells, but you
Thaumaturgy.
cast it and-
Thaumaturgy? Yeah.
What does it look like? Describe how big the flames are, how scary it is.
So they only they brighten for only a minute. So they get about 2 feet tall, and they're normal color. They just get bigger and brighter so we can all see. So they're like tiny fires now.
And you did that to like all the lanterns in the area?
The ones that are within 30 feet of us and
Okay.
the boat. So
Okay.
Are there any on the? Well, no, I just flipped.
I turn the lights on, and then I look down at the life raft, and I climb in.
You have to jump in
Okay,
because
well,
you're
jump.
you're on the top deck. All right, so hold on first. So you get to the side of the ship to get ready to jump after making the flames around you grow brighter. And then the 3 unblinded sailors see you now because you just made the flames brighter, making it very easy
Yeah.
for them to see you. And they go, "Hey, those passengers are taking the boat!" And they all start running towards you guys. And since you also said you want to jump, as everybody jumps, you all need to make dexterity saving throws.
Yep.
Jumping.
I'm also jumping.
Definitely jumping.
Oh no.
Oh
Fuck.
Oh yes.
Oh God. I think
Oh.
I'm safe.
What do you mean? Oh, Doc, you're the only.
I think I'm safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
got
was
an 18.
I love how
reacting
it
to what you
puts
guys
mine
rolled. I
in
felt bad.
where it
1, 2,
should
3,
have been.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that is everybody.
Before I
Here-
jump,
wait.
can I cast fog cloud?
Yes, you can, dude. Go for it.
Shit.
Alright,
And
I'm gonna go-
where are you casting it? Are you casting it on the angry
Right.
mob?
I'm just gonna go
Yeah,
quickly
in the
grab a drink. I'll be
direction
right.
of all the dudes.
Yeah. This 20-foot radius sphere of fog. All right. Ooh.
Let it go.
So you cast this very dense fog cloud, and it encompasses a pretty good portion of the ship, like all the angry mob, and even out to the captain. So like you guys are just outside the edge of this, and that wind is still going to carry it away, but because it's magical and it's a lot more denser than the spell Shady cast, it's going to last, I would say, a solid 3 or 4 seconds before the wind will dissipate it. And even then, it's going to take probably another 3 seconds for it to be fully dissipated. So I would say somewhere around, like, do the math. I don't even remember what I said. 8 seconds for it to completely disappear, we'll say. So you guys are kind of shielded to jump off the boat, which it looks like everybody did except for Thalius or Phyllis or whatever your name is. What is it? Felicius, sorry. Felicius, are you going to jump after you cast that spell?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and do a dex save for me. Thank you. All right, so let's go through the list here. Finn, Bobby, Zaylin, and Felicius. You guys jump off of the ship, and you aim for this little lifeboat that's now floating in the water, starting to flow away. So it's like kind of moving with the currents already. And you guys all aim for it, and you're all able to land directly in the boat, pretty close to where you're aiming for. Zaylin, you actually land like pretty much directly in your seat. You like don't even have to move. You just land on your ass very comfortably, and none of you guys take any damage or anything. So you all pretty graceful with your jump. Let's see here. Iramir,
Right.
Jeff, Katniss. I think that's everybody. You guys aim for the boat, but the three of you are kind of aiming for the same spot, and you all kind of collide in midair, and you guys fall into the water. You guys aren't very far from the boat. I'd probably say maybe a foot or two away, but you are in the water, and you'll have to get onto the boat somehow.
Someone
Sorry,
drank some of the water.
Sorry, I had to go grab a drink. What did I miss?
You are Finn. You are safely in the boat. You see 3 of your teammates. You see Jeff, Iramir, and Katniss are in the water, and they need to get onto the boat.
Save us!
Do I have anything?
Yeah. Can I swim to the boat?
Yeah.
But I'm still wearing my armor, so is that making me sink?
We'll say you're close enough to where you can get like 1 or 2 good paddles in, and then you're pretty much at the boat. So it's not a big concern. However, if you don't manage to get out the water, that could be hazardous.
I start like reaching out my hand to pick up the ones that are still in the water and like guide them into the boat.
Okay. Is anybody else helping Finn pick up the 3 people?
I will also
I am gonna
assist.
pull a bell out of my back pocket and then just start ringing it so you guys can find the boat.
It's actually pretty smart.
Over here!
Oh, here we are!
We're over here!
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding.
All right.
I like Iramir. That's your name, right?
Mhm.
That'd be so.
I can't see very well into the water, so I just start poking my quarterstaff into the dark water to see
Reach
if I
out
can
and I
catch
feel
anyone.
quarterstaff.
That's hot. So you guys all, since everybody's kind of helping you get in the boat and you guys all landed pretty close to it, you're able to get into the boat eventually through the help of your fellow travelers, and all 7 of you are now in this boat. The seas are still very choppy. That wind is very fierce as well, still raining as well. And you can hear on the boat, some people are starting to recover from the chaos. They all kind of realize that you've taken their one shot. And you hear some angered yelling saying, "This is all your fault! You killed us! You destined us to die!" And then you hear the clash of metal, you hear a pistol shot go off, and you fade into the distance as this current kind of carries you away, and the sound gets quieter and quieter the further you are, and then eventually the mist that's now above the sea level is covering the side of the ship completely, and you can no longer see or hear anything from the Compass Rose, the vessel that you were just sailing on.
Jeff waves.
Bon voyage. The seas are so rough right now that you don't really have much in the way of control of the vessel. There are 2 paddles on the lifeboat if you would like to try to use those.
I have dark vision for 60 feet, so I can see
Ooh, I
in
do too.
front of us for a bit, right?
You can see 30 feet because there's a dense mist and fog that's covering the surface, but you can see up to that 30 feet in front of you. You can't see color, but you can see generally what's in front of you. It just happens to be nothing right now. You're in the middle of the water.
So, question:
Yeah.
with my precipitation,
Digitate. Stop. You're making it worse.
Sorry, what?
can I
Prestidigitation.
can I create a clearing cloud?
Precipitation.
Actually, no, never mind. It's only instantaneous. It doesn't last long. Continue. Sorry. Ignore me.
Yeah, no worries. Good ideas. But yeah, I don't think that would work just because of the dense fog and the wind. Again, will probably carry anything you do away. So you guys is everybody leaving the oars alone for now until the ocean dies down?
Jeff will oar.
You will oar. There are 2 oars. Are you going to oar solo, or are you going to do like one side while somebody else does another?
I'll do the other side.
Okay, both of you roll athletics checks. Okay.
We're going right.
So you guys, you guys with your combined power, you put your paddles in the ocean, and you're trying to steer. But firstly, you don't really know where to go because you can't see anything. There's no landmarks. It's too dark. It's too misty to see, exactly where you're going. And also, as you try and like steer in any given direction, the the current's so strong, you can only go with the current. So if you try and go against the current, you kind of get overpowered. But I'm assuming you guys are okay with just rowing with the current to get further away, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go with the current, and honestly, between the speed of the current and the speed that Katniss specifically is rowing, with Jeff kind of helping as best as he can, giving moral support, you guys actually haul a bit of ass, and you don't know how far you've made it, but it feels pretty fucking far. You're able to do this for maybe 10 minutes before you're just completely exhausted, Katniss. Even though you're able to go with the current, having to like raise your oar in and out and pull it out of said current is taking a toll on you after a while, and you're kind of going too hard to sustain that energy. So you get pretty exhausted after about 10 minutes. But you guys are further away from the compass rose than you were before, and going in a unknown direction.
I stop rowing.
Okay, so at this point, without any kind of landmark to guide you in what direction you're going, and now that you've kind of cleared any kind of hazard from the compass rose or anybody that might have jumped off possibly and been chasing you, you're pretty clear. And you guys, the only really course of action you have at this point is just to hang tight and hope for the tides to die down and eventually wait for sunlight so you can see where to go. So you guys do that. Some of you are hanging onto the sides of the vessel for dear life as it kind of rocks you back and forth, and the tides are hitting the boat and kind of splashing into it. Not enough to sink it, but enough to get you all very wet and uncomfortable. You taste the sea salt kind of spray you in the mouth, and it gets in your eyes, and it's very irritating to see anything. And again, that wind's just kind of blowing directly in your ears. So it's a very uncomfortable experience. But slowly, over the course of several hours, it all starts to die down. The rain stops first, and then the wind dies down a little, and then the currents beneath you start to be a little calmer. And before too long, you're not quite sure how many hours at this point, but you do notice that the light from the sun is starting to shine through the clouds. And the clouds overhead start to clear a little bit after that, and there's still some fog over the ocean, but if you look towards the horizon on the starboard side of your lifeboat, you can see in the distance above this massive fog cloud, you see a very large stone structure with what appears to be a statue of some sort on top of it.
Nobody's going, right?
Right now, no. Everybody was kind of taking a rest from all the events of last night, that, adrenal dump, having to deal with that massive shipwreck. Everybody's kind of just exhausted, waiting for the storm to pass, and now you're continuing your rescue from there.
Can I see what the statue is of?
Make a perception check. 14. You can see that it is a statue of what appears to be a dragon. It's pretty far away, so you can't make out the specifics, but it does look dragon-y. And given that you were heading in the direction of Stormwreck Isle, and you don't know much about the island, but you are aware that there is some kind of dragon temple, you can most likely assume that the structure you're staring at is on Stormwreck Isle and is this temple that you're aware of. It's difficult to gauge the distance for how far away it is, though.
Okay, I grab an oar and want to row in the direction of that island.
Perfect. Rowing by yourself or with a friend?
I asked Bobby if he would help.
Absolutely.
All right, both of you make an athletics check.
He'll be there in a sec.
Can I also start rowing with my stick, but it doesn't do anything
22.
because it's a stick?
Ooh.
Oh, wow. You can row. You said it doesn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can throw your stick in there to feel like you're helping. So Bobby and Iramir, they're doing the heavy lifting, and then Fallacious is kind of off to the side with his quarterstaff. He's transitioning side to side too. He's rowing left and then right and then left and then right. He's trying his hardest to make this thing go faster, and nobody has the heart to tell him that it's probably in vain. But Bobby and Iramir are pretty good at rowing. They're just kind of doing their thing, just kind of going. The seas are a lot calmer, so they can pretty easily go in the direction they're trying to go towards the stone temple structure. And those of you that are not rowing and are kind of just sitting around, this is the fastest rowboat you guys have ever fucking been on. You guys are just hauling ass. The wind's blowing against your face. Zalen, the halfling, is kind of holding on because the wind's almost blowing him over from the speed that they're going. And you're able to get to the beach of the stone structure. You're not quite sure how long it would take you normally, but you do know that it did not take you all that long, all things considered, maybe like an hour and a half to get to this beach. And as you guys pull up to this beach, you look up and the fog and the mist is starting to dissipate as well. It's now clear, sunny skies. You can feel the warmth of the sun's rays irradiate your skin, and you see this gigantic cliff face ahead of you. And you notice that there is a winding stone path carved into the side of this cliff face that seemingly wraps up from the beach all the way up to the top of this cliff, kind of winding around halfway up it until it goes to what it looks like leads directly to this giant stone temple with what you can now clearly see as a dragon statue. And at this point, I would assume... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna be like, well, that was something. I'm just gonna go follow the path. Yeah. Just get off the boat. I make sure all my gear is in check, and I just start slowly walking this.
Well, I don't
this,
know
like,
about you,
path.
but I don't know where we are. Like, what do you know? What's up there?
I mean, I see a dragon. What is it? It looks like a path to a temple of sorts. We just
can go
passed
by
this
your
dragon
james,
like statue. I don't know. Maybe there's a local village nearby or a town that maybe we can, find. So I'm just gonna head to the clear path.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Bobby, they probably got beer at the village. You want to go?
Absolutely.
Perfect. And Philly, you have to come because I'm still on your back.
All right. So everybody's getting off the ship.
I'm off
And
the ship. Yes. Walking up to the stone, though. Like, are we close enough that, like, I can touch it?
You could touch it, but it really just looks like a regular cliff. There's nothing special about it. Do
Okay.
you still want to touch it?
Nope, that's fine.
Okay. Give me 1 second. So you guys are on this beach. Sorry, was somebody about to say something? Nope.
I was
okay.
gonna. Oh.
Oh no.
I was-
Go for it, Cosmo.
I was gonna add something a little like just while we're walking, I slowly pull out this like it's pretty, although pretty wet, just a tiny little notebook, and I just pull out a what is to be like a miniature, kind of shitty looking pencil, and I start kind of like sketching the round like scenario, not scenario, the scene,
Scenery?
scenery, yes, yes, the
Okay.
scenery. I'm just kind of keeping notes of things, and yeah.
Very cool. So you guys get off this boat. You've kind of beached your lifeboat, and you get off, and you go to the beginning of the stone path. Sorry, I keep forgetting your name, and I don't have all the character sheets open. Finn is jotting something down in his notebook, and you see a lone, what appears to be a dock worker. Now, let me back up for a second, actually. So most of you, not all of you may have been seafarers or people that travel a lot by boat, but you at least know what the port of the city you left from looked like, the city of Neverwinter. That port was very large. There's multiple slips for boats. There's constantly ships going in and out, departing and arriving from dusk until dawn. There's abundance of dock workers that live around that said dock that work all day, and they visit the taverns and the nearby shops, and you can see them as you're arriving. You can see the crews of all the ships that are arriving there, unloading their ship. You see the people departing, loading their ship. You see all this activity and hustle and bustle. And when you land in this small beach, you don't see any of that. You see enough space for maybe one ship the size of the Compass Rose to kind of dock close by, and then even then they would need to take a rowboat similar to what you used to get onto the beach itself. And instead of a flurry of dock workers going about their day and transporting things onto ships and off of ships, you see a lone dock worker, presumably, at the bottom of these steps. Kind of looks like he's waiting for something. He's holding a piece of paper, like a clipboard with a pen, and he is a peculiar looking creature. He is what's referred to as a kobold. I'm going to assume that all of the characters know what kobolds are because they're fairly common, but I'll go ahead and describe it for everybody's sake that is unfamiliar with them. They are about 2 to 2.5 feet tall lizard people, essentially. They are very, very distantly related to dragons. However, they have no kind of cool dragon abilities. Some of them have wings, but not all of them. This particular one you're looking at is wingless, and he's wearing some very old-looking, tattered, white and beige clothing that you would see on a typical dockhand. And they have these very long, almost like alligator-like stout snouts and little lizard tails, the whole shebang. And they're typically like a reddish color, reddish brown to like a rusty black. And you see this little kobold holding his clipboard, and he's just waiting for you guys to walk up to him, and he's kind of making some notes in his clipboard. Hello there. You guys are a little early. We weren't expecting you until 9.
Expecting who?
Well, there, unfortunately, there might be a, I don't know how to put it. The storm was pretty bad, and let's just say we're the only survivors left of the ship.
Oh. But you still have all the goods, right?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. And that's the Compass Rose over there that you parked on our beach, right?
The rowboat?
He seems to think that the
Man,
little
tell him yes.
rowboat is the Compass Rose.
Yes, yeah, that's right over there. Absolutely.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad you guys were able to make it. That was a pretty bad storm last night.
And you see him make a note on his clipboard. How far away are you from him when you're talking to him?
I would say like maybe like 5 feet or so.
Okay, within 5 feet, you can see like the paper he's holding, but it's like upside down, so it's a little hard to read. So if you make a perception check, you could read what he's writing down if you wanted to.
Sure. I will go ahead and do that. 16.
Perfect. So it's a little hard for you to see it because it is upside down and it's a little far away, but you have very attuned ranger eyes that are used to spotting dangers in nature and all sorts of things. So you're able to make out the words, and the top of it It's a full, standard size sheet of paper, and the top of it in big bold letters says Dragon's Rest port schedule, week of, and then it has last week's starting date to next week's ending date. So it's got about a 2-week time frame. And then it's got 2 columns with arriving and departing. And underneath the arrival columns is the compass rose with a little check mark beside it. And then on the other side, for departures, is also the compass rose without a check mark. And there's a little place for a captain's signature underneath one of the compass rose entries. The rest of the sheet, which is about 80% of the sheet, is completely blank. So you gather from this list of ship logs for the next 2 weeks that the Compass Rose is the only ship that was expected to be coming here, in the near future at least. And he turns the clipboard to you and he says,
I'm gonna need the captain's signature, please.
Bobby, Captain, eh? Well, why don't you go up there and sign it for us, and just your job, of course. I look towards Bobby and kind of like give him like a, just a nod to go over and sign the shit out of it.
I give you a look, knowing what you're going to do it, but I dislike you for doing it.
I can picture that in my head.
Okay, so as this little dock worker, this little 2-foot-tall kobold, hands you the clipboard, Bobby.
I take it and sign as captain.
Thank you very much, Captain. I'll go let Renara know that you've arrived. She may want to speak with you. We don't get a lot of visitors, and I know she likes to talk to the captain when they come.
And he turns around and starts going up this winding stone path with his little clipboard.
So you hit that. Cat daddy. Oh my god, you can't do nothing, bro.
Shady?
Shady's
Sorry,
watching TikTok.
Sorry, what?
I just heard your TikTok and I was like, what the fuck was that? So, all right. So right now this dock worker, he's going up this stone path, going all the way to the top. It's probably about 90 feet to like the bottom to the very top where the temple is, but it kind of gradually rises along the way. And you can see like cutouts in the side of this cliff, like little doors almost have been carved into the cliff side of this path. What are you guys doing now?
I turn to Bobby and slowly apologize for putting him on the spot. I don't think he would believe me to be captain. I don't know. I don't think I give the look as captain. Clearly you do, and my apologies.
Probably would have
Can I
believed any one
start
of us
trying
was
to
captain.
open each of the doors?
You can if you go up there. Right now you're still at the entry of the beach and you're kind of still at the stairs. Or are you going to try and go up there?
Yeah, I start walking up there, but it's the halfling on my back pulling my hair like the Ratatouille rat, making me go that way.
You're not supposed to tell how I do it.
Okay. So, Fallacious starts walking forward towards the stairs, and this little halfling is just as described, pulling his hair, kind of steering him almost like a horse. Sorry, I don't have.
Was the best.
Giddy up,
Long,
Philly!
beautiful hair.
Luscious locks.
And as
Yeah.
Fallacious is going up the stair and is kind of being pulled on by Zalen, you guys hear the sound of water. You know when you get out the pool and you hear that water kind of just splash down? You guys hear that from the beach, probably 40 feet behind you. You hear a commotion, and you guys all turn around and you see what looks like a person has emerged from the beach. And he kind of slowly, awkwardly stands up and he starts slowly walking towards you.
Can I make out who it is?
Make me a perception check.
It's a mermaid. Shoot it.
Where the hell is my
my perception? There it is. Please. Oh, okay.
He's a bit too far to make out finer details to see if you can make out like what exactly he looks like. All you really notice is he has a very awkward gait as he's walking and kind of approaching to you, and he almost seems to be kind of shuffling one foot to the side.
Question: did he emerge from the water like the Little Mermaid?
It was a lot less graceful. Imagine the Little Mermaid if she had like turtle legs instead and had to
Okay,
like
so
walk
does
on
he
land
look
with
like he's
those.
hurt?
It's a water zombie.
Make me a perception check. Again, you
Whoa.
can't quite make out finer details, but he does seem to be, again, dragging that one right foot behind him, so he could have a foot injury or something. And as you guys are looking at this person that's emerged from the water, you see 3 more behind him, all with the same very awkward entrance, very slow stumble up, as they all 4 are now walking towards you. They're now
I knew it.
all a bit closer. Sorry, real quick. Before they get closer, does anybody want to do anything?
It's
Can I
water
do a
zombies.
perception check to see if they have weapons?
Yeah, go make a perception check.
Hey, there we
I'm
go.
perceiving the fuck out of them.
Jeff Gordon with the keen eye.
All right, Jeff.
God.
You see these 4 people approaching from the beach. You see no weapons. You see a few like sheaths and scabbards where they maybe had weapons before, but they're empty and they have no weapons in their hands. You also notice that they're wearing some familiar looking clothing. You see a shirt with, some stripes going around it and
Kill
some
'em.
stereotypical sailor pants. And it's not long before you realize these look just like the sailors that you saw in last night's debacle on the Compass Rose.
Can I roll
And
for
s-
technology?
The boat
Roll for
Nazi?
what?
I'm continue. Sorry, ignore me, please.
I was just gonna say, since you rolled so well, you also perceive as they're also walking the whole time you're staring at them. You see that they have very waterlogged look to them. Like their eyes are kind of bulging out, and they're a pale, glossy white. Their cheeks are bloated out, and you see slash marks across their chest and in their belly. And one of them even has a cut in the arm that's kind of causing the lower half of his arm from the elbow down on the left arm to kind of dangle to the side. And
Is
you
the guy with
realize,
the leg there?
yes, the guy in the leg is towards the front of this pack of sailors. Very good, very good.
I don't know how many times I gotta say it. That's fucking water zombies.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It would appear to be correct.
Can I look over at Finn and go, "Hey, Hawkeye, why don't you start taking some shots?"
Yeah, at this point, you all have successfully deduced it is water zombies. Zombies
Cold.
specifically of the Compass Rose, the very sailors that were trying to kill you all last night, are now chasing after you in death.
I
was just gonna ask what you guys want to do next, so feel free.
I was gonna like taking the advice. I quickly draw my bow and aim at the leading pack, the one that's like limping towards his head, like making sure it's just a one-shot kill.
So you're gonna try to attack this thing?
Yeah, I pull out
I
my
attack.
sword.
I have
All
my
right,
hand axe.
so for those of you that are new to Dungeons and Dragons, when we enter combat, you have to roll for initiative. And since we are now entering combat with our
Is it a
4
save roll?
water zombies. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Is it a save roll or just the regular initiative roll?
The regular initiative.
It's the number right beside your armor class. You just click it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was the wrong one. I looked at because it said INT and I thought it was.
Oh, it's okay. Just find the initiative one and roll that.
All right, so we got.
Should be right next to your armor class.
While
Yeah,
everybody's
fuck
doing
it.
that, I have to pee.
Yeah, go
Alright.
for it. It's gonna take me a second to write down the order. All right, what do we got here?
I need another beer too. This is like my fourth one. I hope you guys are keeping up.
I
Can
blew
I
all my
turn into a
calories on
bear
cookies.
yet?
Did you say Kodiak?
Can I turn into a bear yet?
Not until level 2, unfortunately.
Oh,
How do I level up while we're all thinking the
oh, that is a DM thing. Like,
Yeah,
you have to
level up.
grant it
We're
to
doing
you.
what's called milestone leveling. So as you accomplish cool things around this island, you'll level up. We probably will not level up until next session. I'll go ahead and just tell you now.
Okay.
Sweet.
Okay, so what do we got here? We got...
Yeah, I forgot you had an 8. I was making sure you do initiative.
What level do I get my wings?
You get wings at level 3 because of your race.
All right, I'm back. What are we doing?
I am writing down initiative stuff. We are
quick
entering
pee.
combat. Yeah, that was super quick. I take longer than that. It's crazy.
Always take longer doing everything.
You know, you're not wrong.
I even washed my hands.
Yeah.
You didn't even wash your hands?
No, I said I did.
Oh, that's
was gonna
gross. You should wash your hands.
Oh, okay.
Me personally, I would wash my hand.
Yeah.
So fucking stupid. I didn't realize you could do this.
Yeah, I have my own Discord's worth of soundboard things, but
Yeah.
I am not going to use them.
Oh, that bad?
I respect the restraint.
No, some of them would be fine, but just it would get really annoying really fast.
Oh, wow. That's my
Like
last
that.
That's my last one.
Are we still on a pause break?
Yeah, sorry. It's taking me a while to write all this info.
I'm only asking because does anybody want to do some shots?
God.
I have no alcohol.
What's the pickle juice to vodka ratio for a pickle shot?
Pickle shots are disgusting.
We just take
You
a
just-
shot.
Yeah, you
chase
just
it
do
with pickle
both.
juice.
Yeah.
Do the vodka.
Alright, let me pull up my rum.
Hold on, let me get my crown. We'll be right back.
God damn it. Okay, here we go.
Oh, I can share the
Hurry up.
battle map now as well.
Let me see how many
Crown.
calories
Like
are in
Crown
this
Royal?
whiskey.
If you guys open that map that I linked in the chat, you should be able to see a battle map now, hopefully.
Sick.
Give you something to look at while I continue to furiously write down notes here. And this is my first time DMing, so it's probably going to take me a while to get used to this stuff, so please just bear with me.
I am not bearing. No, I'm kidding. You got it.
How dare you?
I don't know. I'm sorry, man.
You have been great so far.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will.
Yeah,
I
if you
will-
wouldn't
I
have
will-
told me
I
it
will
was your
give you the
first time.
credit.
I wouldn't have known it was your first time.
That is something that 14-year-old me always wanted to hear.
Crown apple, so fucking good.
I need to try that.
Oh, it's so.
Here, hold up. Let me pull up a ruler.
Where was that battle map? Oh, it was in the chat. Okay.
Yeah, it's in the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fuck?
Oh, hold up.
What's new in maps?
Yeah,
There we go.
For everybody that's muted, Bull, Ghost, hope you're enjoying the adventure so far.
Okay, I got fireball.
Got fireball.
Ew, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, it's disgusting.
That's what I had in the freezer.
Wait, Shady, were you drinking
1, 2,
Crown
3,
Apple?
4, 5.
He was.
It's just called Crown. That's it.
Crown Royal.
Oh. Oh. I see.
It's so good, you don't even need to chase it.
Yeah, drinking our Canadian drinks, eh?
While we can.
You like Crown Royal. I'm not gonna lie, I've had many good nights with this shit, so.
Are we taking the shot now? Or wait until Barrett gets back?
We
It
can
was
wait
the,
till
Oh my god.
You're
It was
taking a
it was
shot
the
for
It was the first alcohol I got drunk off of.
Rum chata.
Dude, it's been in my mini fridge for so long. It's so
Dude, I bought this like white rum for New Year's, and I haven't drank it until now. Cause I barely drink.
I want to do an intimidation check to eat my cinnamon toast crunch bugles.
What?
Those sound fire.
I thought that sentence was going about 12 different ways.
Yeah.
All right, if we're
So
still
1,
waiting, I'm gonna
2,
go pee.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 7 plus 4 is 11. All right. Yeah. I got a list. We're going to rock with it. I'm
All right.
I'm 80% sure I got this order right.
Is there not a tool in this to link initiative orders to?
I don't believe so.
Oh yeah, am I supposed to click the launch game button?
There is.
Yes.
There is a
This is
game.
very
There
awkward.
is a game log.
Oops.
Yeah, I see the numbers in the game log, and I'm
Oh, hey,
writing
look,
those
I'm
numbers
here.
down, and I'm making like a little combat log. Because I also have to track HP for you guys. I mean, the
Okay.
zombies, because obviously you
It
guys
just-
won't get hit.
This does seem to look very
Totally.
familiar to Roll20, and I know it does have like a built-in initiative tracker that can be used. So I'd be
Yeah.
surprised if this doesn't.
I know for a fact Roll20 does, but I couldn't find it on this menu. I looked
That's really
around a few.
unfortunate.
Am I supposed to see people on this map?
You should be
Yes.
able to.
All the way at the left.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to zoom in. I got a map that was way too big, really pretty, but way too big. There's like a little beach section to the very far left, and you can zoom in.
Where's the map at?
In the voice chat, text chat area.
Oh, we can.
Okay.
We can, what the fuck? Stop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I was too far in.
Nobody move your characters right now. Hold on, everybody,
Oh.
everybody hold up.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
I
I
don't
was-
see it.
All I did was.
So
censor my
Bear, if you
character
go
just
up
for-
by where it says like your healing and damage, it's above that. It's the little play button.
Oh.
Is anybody
Launch game?
Yeah, launch game.
Yeah. Sorry, I've only seen it from a DM perspective, and I saw jerky screen right before we started, so I don't have a lot of experience with the player side of this. So appreciate the
Ooh,
patience
cool.
here.
That's fine.
You can zoom in and zoom out too.
Are we taking the shots or what?
I would
Yeah,
take the
let's go.
shot now. We're about to do some combat.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Who gagged?
Yeah, I don't know.
Jesus.
Only one person I could think that was.
Shut the
Cosmic,
fuck up.
right?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And
I
I
was
didn't
about
have
with
to have
Cosmic.
him. He did it himself.
I roll
So good.
20 for Cosmic.
What did you just say? No, say it with your chest. Come on.
I
Oh,
rolled 20 for Cosmic.
Oh.
this girl said say it with your chest.
All right, is everybody taking their shot?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, you are first in the queue here. And next it's going to be Iramir. So Iramir, if you want to start plotting your move. But Jeff, you are first to go. There's a little ruler, or at least there should be. I hope there is.
Yeah, there
On the
is.
side of your screen. Awesome. If you click on that, you can kind of measure how far away the zombies are. And for you, since you're a ranged caster, you pretty much just have to check to see if they're in range of your various spells. And then you just tell me like which one you're gonna hit. And you should be able to do like a ping or something. There's like a little target, and you should be able to do a little ping. And you can just show me which one.
But I only get to use my first level ones, right? One time, right?
You should be able to cast twice unless you used a spell on the boat.
I know. I only use the cantrip ones on the boat.
Yeah, so you have
Yeah.
2 spell slots, so you can cast up to 2 level 1 spells.
Fuck it. This is for the betterment of the team. We can use my magic missile. It's up to 120 feet, which is well within range.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. With that, you don't have to roll to hit. That's an automatic guaranteed hit. And it shoots 3 missiles. And if you want, you can spread out your missiles across 3 targets or 2 in 1, however you want to do that, or you can just do all in 1. What would you like to do there?
I'd love to spread out to the first 3 closest ones. So I don't know if this shows up for you, but yeah, the first 3 ones, and then the furthest one away obviously won't get hit.
Gotcha. All right, so in your character sheet, if you scroll down to magic missile, click cast, so it makes that little square pop up, and then click on the effect button where it says 1d4 plus 1. Click on that 3 times for me.
1. 2. Oh no. Oh wait, these are different. These are different die, so I don't know if these are good numbers or not.
I mean, they're not bad. You can do a maximum of 5 damage per missile.
Okay.
So it's not bad. You see your magic missiles, they kind of shoot out of your hands, the palm of your hand, and you see each missile connect with the targets. It doesn't seem to have any kind of big effect. It is a force spell, so it has a little bit of force push to it behind it. And it's just enough for them to kind of, their shoulder gets drawn back, and then they go and continue marching towards you at a slow pace, as they are pretty slow creatures. So you hit them, you just didn't do a ton of damage. Go ahead and do the numbers here. And Iramir, it's now your turn if you want to go ahead and see what you're... Oh, actually, real quick, Jeff, you do have a bonus action. If there's anything you want to do with your bonus action, you can't cast another spell. Probably nothing to do right now. I just want to put it out there before I automatically skip over you.
Yeah, the only thing is in reach that I don't think I want to use yet. So.
Okay. So end your turn. Do you want to reposition or anything real quick?
Does that counts as an action?
No, you have your character has, let's see, 30 feet of movement. So using that ruler, you can plot out 30 feet of movement around this beach and get further, closer to the side, wherever you want to go.
So Iramir is going next, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I would like to step behind her so she can have the full view of what's next.
All right, go ahead and you can move your character on your own now. If you click on the arrow, there you go.
Perfect. Nice. Thank you. You're a good dungeon master.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I cast Sacred Flame. His range is 60 feet. So I hit the zombie closest to me. My companion.
The one kind of like leading the pack.
Yeah, that one.
Sacred Flame, that's 1d8. Okay. So what I have to do then, or what the zombie has to do, is they have to roll a saving throw of 13 or greater. You cast Sacred Flame, and as you go to cast this like ball of radiant energy leaves your hand, and as you form it around your palm, you can feel that radiance kind of warm your hand and feel that holy energy flow through your body, and you yeet that fucker straight at the leading zombie, and you can go ahead and roll for damage on that. That's gonna connect.
7.
Sweet. That would be this guy over here. So go ahead and 7. So when this Sacred Flame connects with this zombie, it looks like it fucking hurts. This ball of light hits him square in the chest, and he just goes kind of like roars out in pain. And you see that light that you shot at him kind of enters his body, and his eyes and his mouth and any cuts or wounds on his body kind of irradiate that glow from inside his body. And he's just kind of writhing in pain for a second before the light fades away, and he's now kind of hunched over a little bit more than he was before. It was a very, very good damage roll.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
How come you said like mine like average is about 5, like how come hers is 7? Is that because it's just a normal attack and not a spell?
No, it's just different spell rolls. So your spell, the magic missile, does up to 5 per missile.
Okay, gotcha.
So if you cast all 3 missiles at one person, you could do up to 15 damage, or actually a little less because of the modifiers. Her spell's just hitting one thing, so it's a little bit more powerful because it's just a one and done thing. So it's just about strategy, whether or not you want to spread that damage out or if you want to focus on one thing. And I will add one more thing. As you watch that zombie kind of absorb that light into it, you notice that holy radiant energy seemed to do a lot of damage. Oh, and Iramir, I gave you a fancy little artifact that we talked about yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
So since you're dealing radiant damage to an undead creature, you can roll a 1d4, just like a regular little, if you click on the d20 in the left part of your character sheet, just click on the little d4 and roll that for me.
Or
oh, fucking sick. So that was combined with that initial roll. You channeled that energy from your necklace. It kind of leaped from your necklace into your hand, going into that sacred flame, and all of it hit that zombie. Same effects, but it appears to be, in a scientific term, heavily fucked up right now.
Nice.
Let's see. All right, now we have a
Can I
zombie.
reposition?
Yeah, sorry, you have up to 30 feet. Sorry, didn't mean to cut your turn off.
Who's after?
Okay, I'm just gonna reposition over here.
Perfect. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Awesome.
And
So
then just
next
for
up,
context, does this show like the zombie, like when they're gonna be dead? Like, will we see that on the map?
you will not see their HP. However, you can ask, does that zombie appear to be injured? And I can relay as best as you can tell from the way they look. You won't actually be able to see a health bar or like their armor class or anything. It's just all dependent on their appearance.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So next is Zombie 3's turn, and then after Zombie 3, it's going to be Zaylin. So Zaylin, if you want to start getting ready for your turn when that comes up. All right, Zombie, what you got here? Get my ruler out.
So I've clicked on the ruler and it's not showing me anything. Does it only work when it's like your turn?
It should
No.
work all the time.
You click on it,
You
and then
click
it
on a
should
point
highlight
and
red.
drag.
Oh, like I have to drag the ruler? I'm confused.
Yeah. So
Rulers work.
does it highlight red when you click on it on the left?
Yes, it's red.
Okay, then click on the map and hold it down, and then move it around.
Oh. That's
The only thing I'll
Thank
say
you,
is
that's the
it
only time I'll
doesn't
say that.
seem to do diagonal. How big are these squares supposed to be?
Yeah, the scale's a little fucked up, so
10 feet.
I don't mind
Oh.
the distance.
Yeah, they're like 8 feet. That's that's odd.
Yeah, just roll with it.
Yep.
The only thing that, I mean, at the end of the day that really matters is how far you away from the bad people token, so fine. So this zombie is just within striking range of Iramir now. He's able to move 20 feet, and you were 25 feet away. So he's within 5 feet of you, and he's gonna take a swing at you. What's your armor class, Iramir?
18.
Ooh, shit.
Girl,
All right.
same.
So this zombie goes to like strike you with its claw or with its hand, kind of like a clawing motion. Just goes to smack you basically, and you throw your shield up and it hits your shield with its palm, and it just kind of recoils back, and you're able to deflect it very successfully. You are undamaged.
That one.
Zaylin, it is now your turn. Bobby, you are on deck.
Just as like a housekeeping thing, for the people that are in here who aren't playing, do you want to cast your screen so that they can see the map? Because right now they're looking at the Spotify thing.
I do not want to cast my screen because I have secrets
Okay,
on it.
I got you.
But if a
Yeah.
player wants to cast
I
their
can
screen,
do mine. I have mine already set up for the recording, so hold please. I lost my mouse. Okay, there it is.
Can't find the ruler.
Christ.
Can't find her mouse.
I'm so Shut up.
She's
Okay.
wasted.
No.
Zombies? We're fine.
Everything's fine. Okay, boom, done.
Just gonna miss it 30 feet to the right.
Probably. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see.
Fucking
For
save you.
my turn, I'm gonna cast. Where is it? Vicious Mockery on the zombie closest to Iramir.
What's the distance on that bad boy?
60 feet.
Did you already check
I
it?
am 40 feet away.
Sick. Go ahead and I think that's just a roll for damage spell, right?
I think
Or
I just need to
no.
click what this is.
Sorry, it's a wisdom saving throw. So you can go ahead and whisper bad things to the zombie. I'm gonna make sure and see if he hears you or not.
Hey,
Um,
zombie! You're fat and ugly!
You can see that those words definitely had an impact on him. Go ahead and roll for damage.
I got 4.
That was whispering.
Yes. I think this one isn't
That's big
whispering.
mockery.
Yeah, sorry. I led you astray. This is zombie what now? Zombie 3. All right. So you whisper bad things into its ear. It hears you. You hear that groan. You hear that yelling. It had an effect. However, he still looks to be close to the same state he was in when he first got on the beach. He doesn't look too bad off. Anything else you'd like to do, Zaylin?
I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Earmere since she's right next to that Zomble.
Very nice. I'm gonna have to double check. What does that do again?
So let's see. Creature gains 1 of your Bardic Inspiration dice, 1d6. Once within the next hour, when the creature fails a d20 test, the creature can roll the Bardic Inspiration die and add the number rolled to the total potential, turning the failure into a success.
Very sick. Go ahead and mark one of the squares off. You
Done.
can gain that back after a long rest. Awesome. Anything else?
I think I'm gonna tussle. Sorry, not tussle. Philly's hair a little bit and give him a little kiss.
Okay. After some smooches, some combat smooches. So you've inspired Earmere. Okay, let me just paint this whole picture. You yelled insults at a zombie, hurt its psyche in a physical way that did damage to it, and then also yelled good things and compliments to Earmere to make her feel good about herself and inspire her, and then also gave smooches to Fallacious. So, great turn.
Thank you.
Bobby, it is now your turn, and Zombie's going to be followed by you.
So if I'm going by the measurement I have
Yes,
from the ruler,
we're going by the ruler measurement. We're ignoring the squares.
The only person I can run up and reach is this one.
Okay.
And I will. Actually, I can go here. I will attack with my great axe.
Perfect. I'm adding some colors on the map. You can ignore them. They're just so we can keep track of the various zombies.
That should be an 18 to hit.
Oh, dude,
There it
that fucking hits. You go to slice. You go to draw that axe of yours back, and as you're following through, you just know that shit's gonna hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Sorry, it takes a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh no.
Oh god.
4 damage.
So you swing this fucker and you're like, that's gonna hit. That's gonna finish this fucker off probably with all this confidence and bravado. And you let this thing fly down and it connects and it kind of veers off to the side a little. The execution was just a little float. I think that confidence just kind of got in your head. And you managed to kind of nick his shoulder, but not a whole lot of damage there. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, that'll be it.
All right. Now we have Zombie 2, indicating by this green color over here. And he might just be in range. Oh, yep. So he's going to make his way over to Bobby. And go to attack you. And he's going to roll. What's your armor class, Bobby?
14.
So he kind of stumbles up to you. You know, these zombies are very slow moving creatures, and while you're taking that swing, the zombie is kind of coming up behind you. And again, you had that very big confidence with very little connection, and you're kind of just looking in disbelief. And as you're kind of stunned by the attack that just happened, this zombie lunges at you, grabs you by the shoulder, and he sinks his teeth down into your neck.
Ah!
And that's going to be
My God, he's a zombie.
that's going to be 6 points of damage.
Oh,
What's your total hit point? 16?
16.
All right. It definitely he takes a chunk out of your neck, and you see a little bit of your flesh. And the people that kind of watch this attack, you see a little bit of flesh kind of inside the zombie's mouth. Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw, Bobby.
Give it a moment.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Giving a moment.
This is
I
not
like
good.
the anticipation.
This is not good.
oh.
Oh no, Bobby.
Okay. That is Zombie 2's turn. Katniss, you are up next, and Zombie 1's going to be after you.
Which is the orange one, right?
Zombie 2 is... Or no, Zombie 1 is the pink one.
Oh, the pink one.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. Okay, so I use Guiding Bolt, which it has a 120 feet range.
All right, so that's I'm gonna assume that's gonna hit anything down there. What kind of? That's a spell. All right, go.
No, it's an attack.
No, I mean not a cantrip.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna-
spell. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead and click cast for me. And I don't. Oh, which one are you attacking first? Is it pink, green? Which one?
The pink one.
Pink one. All right. And then after you click the cast button, you can click on. There you go.
And then the 40
That
seconds.
is. That was your to hit, and you rolled a natural one. Okay. So you go to cast this guiding bolt, which for those of you that don't have access to her sheet, I'm just telling you, it's a very powerful spell.
It really is. I'm so sad.
It is a badass spell capable of potentially killing some foes outright in one hit. And so
Fuck
she
these electronic
both
dice. I'm
hands-
using my hand dice from now on.
She's got both hands creating this giant ball of radiant energy. The one that Sayre or Earmere had casted earlier kind of just was a single hand out of her palm. This one's this giant, almost basketball shape of radiant energy. Any of you that are standing next to Katniss, you start to feel the heat, the radiance from this thing, and you're just almost inspired by the holiness of it. And she's maybe whispering some incantations, worshiping her god, praying for a guide from her god to land this hit. And she goes to throw it out in kind of like an awkward, like kind of chest basketball throw, and it goes way up top, about 60 feet above the head of the zombies and Bobby and everybody in her path, and it splashes in the ocean, and she misses.
Was she drinking that brown liquor?
I didn't drink any of that shit.
Thank God. I thought Bobby was about to get smoked.
You know, it would actually be payback in a way.
Probably a mercy killing at this point for Bobby.
Katniss, is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
How close am I? Yeah, I will step closer. Oh God, I can't. Okay, let me get off the roller. I will move closer to Earmere.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, now we have Zombie 1. Zombie 1 is the pink zombie. And they're not purposefully targeting Bobby. He's just the closest bit of flesh to him. I just want to make that abundantly clear.
Yep.
So he moves slightly over to kind of get in front of Bobby, and he's going to make an attack. And he goes to also kind of lunge towards you, Bobby. And you're already holding your neck from the last bite, because that one fucking hurt. And you see this zombie seemingly about to do the same thing, and as it lunges towards you, you're kind of swoop to the side, and you dodge him, and he kind of goes and snarls at you as he kind of retreats back to his original position before he lunged at you. He missed.
Woo.
Ooh,
So you are safe for that. That's going to be the end of Zombie 1's turn. Now that is going to be Finn.
All right. Just trying to see here. Okay. I'm gonna go try and hit this zombie right here, the green one, green little boy.
Perfect. And I can see that ping. I like that a lot. Thank you for using that.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for it. If I manage to hit it, I want to cast Hail of Thorns. Or it says as you hit a creature, the spell creates a random thorns. Blah blah blah. Pew, pew, pew. So I'm just gonna roll for attack first.
Mhm.
Do I have to do it on the map, or do I can just click on the like if I click it on my character sheet, it's just gonna.
Yep, you can do it on the character sheet and it'll transfer.
All right, cool, sweet. All right.
So you draw your bow and you see this creature, and when you let go of the bow, you feel the force of the arrow kind of nick your cheek a little, and you're kind of worried that maybe because your cheek was in the way at the end there and you didn't quite get the right position that it will miss. And it does sway slightly from maybe exactly where you're aiming, but it does hit nonetheless. Very barely. It hits him right in the shoulder.
All right.
Go ahead and roll for damage on that, and then I believe you get to automatically roll for damage for the
For that
thorns
cast?
as well.
Okay, cool.
Hold on before you commit to doing the thorns. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop you. You can do it. But it does affect any creature within 5 feet, and I believe
Yeah,
Bobby
Bobby's
is
in the
within.
way.
It would get Bobby and Zombie 1, I believe.
Wait, so
Ow! I'm sorry.
fire?
Yes, there's friendly fire, especially for area of effect spells.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, so Bobby, what's your dex saving throw like? Is it decent?
You know, it's okay. Not good. It's not bad.
All right, so I do apologize in advance. All right, so then I'm going to I'm just gonna roll it. I just hit the effects like the 1d10, right? Or they able to have to make a. Okay.
Yeah, so you go ahead and roll your d10 because they're gonna get damaged no matter what. Do your attack roll. Did you do
Yep.
that already?
Doing it now.
Okay, so that was
Oh my god.
holy shit. Hold on. This is zombie 1 and zombie 3. So zombie 1's going to be -7 for sure, and then -7 for sure. And Bobby, you'll need to do a dexterity saving throw.
It'll be there when it gets there.
Okay. I'm going to say zombie 2 failed.
Oh no.
Oh fuck! I'm so sorry.
Damn it.
Hmm.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
Hold on.
that's 9 damage to me.
Yes, that does 9 damage to you, Bobby. If my calculations are keeping up, you are not looking so hot.
Nope.
At least you didn't fucking yeet your best goddamn thing and just fuck everybody.
Isn't he dying though?
Don't worry. You've
I
got
have
people here
1
who can help.
HP.
Okay.
1 HP in a dream,
Yeah.
man.
All right.
Also,
So
he failed his constitution earlier, and then the DM didn't say what happened.
That is also true.
what? Y'all are crazy. Sorry, I'm checking something real quick. DC. Sorry. Okay, so you shoot this arrow, right? And like I said, it kind of sways to the side, but it does hit the shoulder of one of the zombies. And it does, as it impacts that zombie's shoulder, he starts to fall to the ground. And you cast your, I'm sorry, what's the name of the spell?
The name of the spell is Hail of Thorns.
And so as this arrow connects and the zombie's already falling, you cast a Hail of Thorns. And seemingly a bunch of small thorns start shooting around in a 5-foot radius around this now fallen zombie. And the damage caused by the Hail of Thorns also hits Bobby, and Bobby's very fucked up. He's like pretty much kneeling on the ground right now. But the other zombie also falls completely down to the ground, just like the first one. And you wait for a second to see if maybe they're gonna get back up, and they don't. They're dead.
So the
Very-
green and the pink zombies are dead?
Yeah, green and pink are dead. I'm gonna add a little
Nice.
overlay for you. That was a very good hit.
Good shit, yo.
Those
You
were
know
the best
what?
colors.
I am less mad as a player, but my character is very mad.
All Cosmic does is piss off Bobby.
Bobby.
Bobby, did you just make a joke, Bobby?
He's dead.
As a player, I think you actually did a good move. My character hates you.
No, yeah, I felt bad. Like I honestly, but I didn't realize you're gonna be the range, and I forgot about friendly fire. But
We literally talked about this. We literally talked about all of this.
I mean, hey, it's for the greater good.
I literally said, "Hey, is
The
there friendly
greater
fire?"
good.
I said, "Yes," immediately. Like immediately, didn't even pause. Yes.
So the good news is we have an abundance of healers. So if you all are gracious, maybe you can help your friend out. But Finn, is there anything else in your turn you'd like to do? You have used your action and bonus action, so you could only do like a movement.
I would like to move closer to Bobby. I feel like that might be a bad decision, but
Yeah.
I'm just gonna support just in case. I'll be like, here, 1 second. I was right here. Let me just do the ruler quick. That's 24.
Yo, somebody just said freaking Bobby tripping.
I'm just gonna go right in front of zombie number 1. I'm assuming that's the orange would be.
Yeah, that's zombie.
Oh,
no,
hey,
no, sorry, zombie. Blah 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 something. Zombie 2.
3?
Zombie 2. Zombie 1 and zombie 3 are deceased. Zombie 2 and zombie 4 are left. Orange is 2. Blue is 4.
Am I allowed to do this?
Did you measure your movement by chance?
I did, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, question. Do you see that I changed the name of it? Or is it just from my character?
Change the name of.
Oh,
Well,
it's
so if
zombie
you-
too.
So if you click on the token,
No way.
you can rename it.
Oh, dude, that's sick. I love you. I can see that. Zombie. That's so much easier than the fucked up system I was doing.
I mean,
Again,
it's
learning
cool
as I
though,
go.
like it.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I like
you
it, though.
what happened?
Okay,
Rename the zombies.
Oh, nice.
so yeah, I did measure it. It went up to, because I was right next to Jeff Gordon. It was around like 24. To answer your question.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
All right, so is that your turn?
That is my turn. Yes.
All right, Felicius, you are next.
Can we call
Sorry, I
him
did
Phil
not give
for
you advance
short?
warning. No,
Yes.
I want to use his formal name. Felicius.
His full government name.
What's
Glacius Cornelius.
Oh, now he's Groot? What the hell?
That makes me thinking Yukon Cornelius from the Christmas movie. I'm sorry.
I would like to cast Animal Friendship on the closest zombie.
I'm sorry, that name
Um,
fucking me off guard.
What is the range on animal friendship? And
Do
I just would you like to perhaps do an assessment to see if these creatures are animals, or do you just want to eat it?
Oh, shit. I didn't think about that.
You say eat or eat?
Wait, eat? Are you gonna eat?
Eat it, like eat it out.
Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna eat it.
Okay. They're not animals, are they?
I would literally even let a nat 1 succeed on this. Yes, you deduce that these zombies are not animals.
Why you gotta shit on the nat ones, man?
Okay. Instead, I'm gonna cast my cantrip Star Wisp.
Ooh, yes, that's a good move. Go ahead and that's a good 60 feet, so you should be able to hit either one? Question mark.
Oh.
God damn. All right, which one are you hitting? Zombie 2 or 4?
4.
Sweet. That definitely hits. Kind of like the light that Sarah emitted earlier. You shoot a light from your palm. This one, it feels radiance, but there's no kind of like holy magic. It's more like a natural kind of radiant energy from like the spirit of the earth almost that emits from your hand as you just kind of yeet your hand out, and this magical beam or magical ball kind of floats towards Zombie 4 on the end of the beach, and it makes contact. And it doesn't necessarily have a big impact. It doesn't do any kind of like huge, big, cool scene. But again, that radiant light, when it goes and hits the zombie, emits this light out of his mouth, eyes, and other exposed, cuts or anything, and just screaming out in agony. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I'd like to run up the cliff with Zalin on my back.
Okay, I will allow that as long as Zalen doesn't object.
Yeah, I'm not jumping down.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys, how far did you move?
20 feet.
Around 20 feet, and what's your movement?
35.
Quick math. Half of 35 is
17.5.
17 and a half, yeah.
Okay, so you can move
Oh, it's
18 feet. So just move slightly to the left.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna give you a movement penalty because you're carrying a person on your back.
Oh,
But I'm small.
Yeah, but you got like a dump truck of an ass plus like 3 instruments, I think. So.
This man knows.
What?
Catholic what? What?
Is that an accurate assessment?
Yeah, he's got a dump like
I'll
a truck.
DM you later.
Looking forward to it. Fallacious, is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
All right, sweet. All right, Zombie 4. It is Zombie 4's turn.
Oh, no. Oh, he's so far back.
He
Pretty sure you can reach
He is-
Bobby.
he is within 20 feet of Bobby.
Well,
He's the only one. Bobby's really the only one he can hit.
thank you, Bobby.
And
God.
what's
Oh,
your
fuck.
armor class, Bobby?
Oh fuck. It's 14.
This zombie shambles up to you like the others. And once he gets close, like the last zombie that lunged at you, its speed increases greatly within this 5-foot distance, and it lunges towards you. And you feel its hands wrap around you, one on your arm, and then one kind of on the top of your head, as it goes to sink its teeth into the other side of your neck, the one that hasn't been bitten yet.
Oh,
And
no.
as it goes to chomp down, you kind of move out the way and push it off, and you can feel the chomp of this ferocious zombie gnarling at you. Just narrowly miss your neck, gnarling in your ear. You even feel a spit fly across your neck as you're narrowly able to avoid being bit yet again.
Oh jeez.
Bless up, Bobby, honestly.
You got 9 lives.
Together.
It's so fitting that the paladin said that. All right, that is Zombie 4's turn. Unsuccessfully attacked Bobby. Literally, if I rolled 1 higher, it would have got you.
13, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
Jeff Gordon, it is your turn. Earmir, you are on deck.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Who is the nearest one to me? Where am I? Oh, I am far away. Okay. Well, can I just piddle myself?
Can you just what?
Piddle myself.
Like eat?
So for my actions, do I have unlimited use of that?
Unlimited use of what?
Ray of Frost.
A Ray of Frost? Yeah, you have unlimited Ray of Frost.
Oh fuck yeah!
Really?
All right.
Is there a
Let's
cantrip?
see. 60
Yeah,
feet.
it's a cantrip.
60 feet. We really need to get rid of Zombie 2. So can I use Ray of Frost on Zombie 2?
I'm gonna say yes. There's a big enough path between Finn and Earmir that you could get a little angle on Zombie 2.
I mean, I'm surgical with this shit.
Oh, we'll see.
All right, so I need to hit DC, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Please give me something fucking good. Oh, okay. Well, alright.
All right. So you go to cast Ray of Frost, and you have like a spell tome of some sorts. Perhaps you're holding that, and you're. Let's see. Actually, I don't want to say anything wrong. No, it's just verbal and somatic. Okay, so you wave your hand and you say some kind of cool lingo like "fuck you, bitch," and it causes
Eye
this
of Agamotto.
ray. Yeah. Say that again.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Yep.
Fucking
You say that, and this ray of frost emits from your hand, this huge icicle almost, leaving a chilling effect in its wake as it barrels towards Zombie 2, and it's right in between Iramir and Finn. And when this thing comes barreling through Iramir and Finn, you guys can feel the cold energy emitting from this cylinder. And it goes straight for Zombies 2 ahead, and it goes like it's gonna be a bullseye. And Zombie 2, because Finn has just recently come up to his left, Zombie 2 turns his head at the last second and it goes whizzing past the back of his head, nearly missing him.
Swing and a miss.
Damn it.
Anything else you'd like to do, Jeff?
I mean, I don't know what my options. I mean, can I do another attack or is it just fucked?
don't think you
Right
can do a
now, I
bonus
don't think you
action.
have
Yeah, I don't
anything
have-
for a bonus action, to be honest.
All right. But I can move though, correct?
Yes, you
Yes.
can move.
All right. I would like. Okay, so who's after me?
Me.
Would be Sayer.
Not a
I'm here.
zombie, correct?
no.
No.
Correct. Iramir Sayer is next.
Oh wait, I'm not. Okay. Go on.
Is that
I
the
don't
end of
know
your
if that
turn?
was play. Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Iramir, it is your turn. Zaylin, you are on deck.
Okay. I am gonna cast Cure Wounds onto Bobby.
Hear this.
Okay, and what's the range on that bad boy?
It's touch, so I have to. Can I run up to Bobby and do it?
Yes, but hold on. You are within 5 feet of Zombie 2, and once you're
Yes.
engaged within 5 feet of a melee enemy, if you move out of that 5-foot radius, they can do something called an opportunity attack. So they can basically take a free swipe at you, even though it's not their turn, and potentially do damage.
Can I bonus action, then action, or no?
Yeah, you can do a bonus action first. Doesn't matter the order.
Okay, can I cast Divine Smite on Zombie 2?
Fuck yeah. Let me check something real quick. Divine Smite. So you would roll. Okay, so this one particularly, it is an add-on bonus action to an attack action. So you have to like swing your sword
Okay.
as your action and then smite as bonus action.
So basically, I can't heal Bobby unless I take some type of risk.
Correct.
I mean, your AC is pretty high, so it's worth the risk.
Also, some other people might be able to heal him.
Whose turn is it after me?
It is
Uh,
Zaylin.
Okay. Does Zaylin have healing powers?
Can we metagame?
Through the power of music, you can deduce that this tiny little bard can heal people with his fancy tunes.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna attack Zombie 2.
Let's see what you got.
With my longsword. It's hit DC, right?
Yes.
What is this other thing under damage? What does that mean?
Let me see what you're doing. Okay, so the 1d10 plus 2, that's if you're wielding it two-handed, but right now you have a shield equipped that's increasing your armor class by 2,
Okay.
and it takes an action to put that away. So you could do that if you want, but you wouldn't be able to
What's
attack.
the other
this
one?
turn.
1d8 plus 2.
That is your one-handed damage, so that's what you would do right now.
So that's the one I would click, not hit DC.
You would do hit DC first to see if you connect, and if you connect, you would roll 1d8.
Okay. Okay. 17 for hit.
Holy fuck.
Right.
Nice.
All right, so you go to swing your sword, and it's very apparent you're gonna hit. You slice right through the zombie. Go ahead and roll for damage. So that 1d8, and if you want to smite, you can do that now as well.
Okay, I got a 4. Would that kill the zombie or no?
Let me check. I'm gonna call that a bit of metagaming, just because the way Smite works, you like bless your sword kind of as it connects, and so you don't really get enough time to see whether or
Okay,
not
I'll
the enemy
just do it
falls.
because I kind of just really want to do it. So.
Oh yeah.
So I just click the button by Divine Smite, right? The 2d8.
Yep. And it should do all the math for you.
Okay, I got a 7.
All right. Quick math. All right. So when you swing your sword, you whisper some kind of blessing onto your sword, and the light of Lathander blesses your blade, and it just kind of slices through this zombie, and it again burns. You see that radiant light that has now blessed your sword goes into the zombie, goes through all of his eyes and mouth and all the other holes. And you even, as you follow through and you kind of carry that blade over, you chop one of his arms completely off. This was the zombie that had kind of like a hanging forearm, and you just cut from the bicep down, just clean off with your sword. He now only has one arm, and he looks very not so good, but he's still kind of shaking and stumbling up. So he's still alive, but he's heavily damaged, and he's missing an arm, so that's pretty cool.
Can I ask how much health this bitch has?
This bitch seems to be very close to being vanquished.
Okay. Good. Then for my last thing, how do I move again? Select.
Keep in mind, if you do move, you can move
Yes.
around like in a 5 foot perimeter around Zombie 2, but if you move outside of 5 feet, he's gonna attack you.
Okay, I don't think it's outside of 5 feet. Yeah, it's not. I'm just going right next to Finn.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, end turn.
Awesome. Zaylin, you are up. Bobby, you're on deck.
I would like to cast Healing Word on Bobby. Bobby, you magnificent creature, there's beer back at the house. If you live, you can drink it.
Dude, I love
Oh,
your
that's
bard.
terrible.
That's
Hey, it's better than he had, man.
I have 2d4 plus, what is it, plus
Oh,
3, so it's
plus 3.
2 1.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's
Try your best, man.
yeah, that's not great.
I gotta hit those, sorry. Sorry, guys.
hey man, at least it's better than 1.
I'm
1
up
HP.
to 6 HP now.
All right, Zaylin, is there anything else you'd like to do? Was that a action or bonus action?
That was an. Oh shit, that's
Bonus
an
action.
Or yeah, that's a bonus action. Hot diggity. Hot diggity daffodil. I'm gonna do a vicious mockery at Zombie 2.
You
I'm gonna
got it.
say, idiot, and then cast that.
All right, that's a wisdom saving throw, right? WIS 13.
Mhm.
You go ahead and yell out some insults.
Oh, I did. It was the idiot.
Oh,
You're an
He-
idiot.
he looks at you
Reference.
like he understands
Yes.
what you're saying, and he goes, "Rah!" And he like shouts what would the equivalent of a zombie insult would be, like a very forceful, focused gnarl in your direction, and it kind of sends chills down your spine. He rolled a nat 20. He is not affected.
He called me an idiot.
Yeah, in zombie.
Crazy.
You're an idiot.
Thank you.
Put it back to you. That's so funny.
Anything else, Salem?
Do I get 2 bonus actions or just 1 bonus?
Just
action?
one.
Damn it. Okay. I'm out.
All right, Bobby, you're up. Zombie 2 is after you.
Well, it would seem like the prudent thing to do would be to attack Zombie 2 then.
It could be. We'll see how it plays out.
And so I will swing with my great axe. Roll pending.
Oh, I love it.
I think I got it though.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh. Go ahead and roll for damage real quick.
Incoming.
Drum roll, please.
Oh, good. I was worried for a second.
Nice.
It almost landed on a 1.
Damn it, I'm dropping my dice. Okay, I'm going to use an electronic dice because that fell on a bunch of things and I had to roll it 3 times and I don't like that. So I'm just going to pretend that I'm going to roll for the first time on the computer.
Bro, imagine the DM not having a dice tray.
Imagine.
Imagine not having other D&D nerds with 3D
All right.
printers to make you one.
Yeah.
Roasted. Are you familiar with the phrase, how would you like to do this? For everybody else, when I say that, that means that your attack is going to kill this enemy, and you are free to describe however you envision slaying this creature.
In my greatly revitalized strength, I take my great axe, bring it up way over my head, and slash it down on the zombie, cutting it in half.
Like splitting it in 2, like from the head
Yes,
down?
top down.
Oh yeah, that
Fuck
fucker
yeah.
splits right open. It's like chopping an onion with a really sharp knife, just kind of through that waterlogged flesh that's been in the ocean all night. You just see everything cut in 2, and it kind of stops right at the waist area as 2 pieces of the zombie just spill to the left and the right, and all the guts fall out, and it falls backwards.
Nice.
Zombie 2 is dead.
Hell yeah.
Woohoo!
Thank God.
Now it's not Zombies 2's turn next.
That is true. Now it is Zombie 4 is dead last.
Yeah.
All of you get to
Oh,
go
okay.
before Zombie 4.
I thought you were about to say it's Zombie 4's turn.
That would
Bobby,
be
is there
sad.
anything else you would like to do?
No, that is all I can do.
And what a good turn, good roll that was. Katniss, you are up next.
Who is hurt the most?
Still Bobby. He's still hurt.
All right.
He's
so
angry, but he's hurt.
I
should really learn to read my character sheet. Fuck.
So I put my hand axe away and I bring out my my religious item.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Oh yes.
It vibrates as she pulls it out.
Yeah.
Go
No.
ahead and do you want to be the one to describe how this looks like and what's about to happen?
So it doesn't vibrate. But my goddess, I won't tell you her name because you are unworthy of it. But she is the goddess of pain, and her item is a whip with razor blades at the end of it. More like a cat o' nine tails with the razor blades at the end of it. So like a flogger, basically. And it reaches 60 feet, so I can heal you with it. But first, you must beg.
Is it the Leviathan?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Symbiosa. Or the rabbit, maybe.
My goddess enjoys pain. So she is loving this right now. You must beg if you really want to be healed.
You have to call her mommy.
Please help me! I need the healing. Thank you.
Jerky, you have to call her
Do
mommy.
you think that would satisfy Leviatar?
No,
Leviathan.
but I want the paladin to like me, so I will heal him anyways.
So
Paladin does like that.
if you don't think that Leviatar would accept that as a beg, as embracing, keep in mind there are additional parameters.
Yep.
Okay.
Banking's not allowed.
Shut up. All right. So we're just doing a 1d4.
Yeah, what's your range?
60 feet.
Oh, that's only
Oh,
if
that's
certain
only if
things are
they.
met.
All right. hold on
You
a
can move in range. I just want to.
Okay. So I will step closer to Bobby. And then let's see. Is this would you say this is within 10 feet? It's 7 feet. It's 5 feet
Yep.
technically.
Yep, you're good. You're
Okay, good. Oh, thank God.
For the D4, just don't roll the modifier. Just click on the little dice in the corner and click the D4 from there.
I was gonna use my hand dice because the electronic dice don't like me, but
yeah, do that. That's fine. Just tell me what you roll.
I'll do it. But good luck. Fuck!
Yes.
You're bad
Alright.
at this. The paladin is
It's-
judging
Holy
you.
shit.
It is the electronic dice don't like me.
We vote her off.
Do you
Yeah.
want to describe it or should I, Katniss?
You can.
Okay. So Katniss gets in range very reluctantly. She's disappointed that you didn't beg adequately enough to please her or her god of pain, or goddess of pain, I should say. And so she gets within range of you, and you think that she's going to cast a normal cleric spell and go, "Oh, God loves you, have faith, little soldier." Instead, she has that whip that she described earlier, that cat of nine tails, I think she called it, and she goes, "Wha-cha!" And she cracks that bitch right at you, Bobby, and it hits you for, what was it, 1 point of damage, takes you down to 5, and you go, "Oh, fuck, what the hell?" And now, Katniss, you can roll the healing portion of that spell.
So I take 1 point of damage.
Yep, I'm tracking it. And then,
What do you want me to roll for that?
on your spell list, there is something called Someone's Embrace, and you can click that spell and click cast and do the effect roll for that.
Okay. My mouse is not working.
Oh, wait. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, it's fine this time because I fucked this up. But
All right, hold on a second. My mouse is not recognizing. I think I'm doing too much with my GPU. Okay, there it goes. All right, here we go. All right, I hit cast.
okay, and then do the effect button. It says like 1d4 plus a number.
Plus 5, it's 9.
Go. All right. So you took 1 point of damage, Bobby, but you gained 9 back. So
Okay.
you went down to 5 and then up to 14.
Mostly worth it, I would say. I'm almost full HP. Seems like a fair trade. Ah,
Katniss?
yes, thank you.
Would you like another?
Sure, ma'am.
Maybe another time.
It would have been better if you begged better, but you are terrible at it.
It works for me.
Drunk, he doesn't care anyways.
He got his. That's all that matters.
I want to let everybody know I did mess that up a bit. And if you don't beg or do whatever Katniss tells you to do, it's more difficult than that to get healed. But since I had already kind of fucked it up and gave all the exposition away, we decided to roll with it this time. So just keep in mind there are consequences for not following Katniss's direction when she goes to heal you.
Oh god.
Got it.
It's gonna go over her head.
You must
I'd
fall.
rather get down.
Yeah, just fucking kill me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Katniss, is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Let's see. No.
That was a bonus action that you cast.
Oh, okay. How far is the zombie for? Okay, 12. So, can I throw my hand axe at him?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think it's 7 feet, depending on where you measure from.
It's a little janky, so we'll
Mine. Well, if I go to the very, very edge.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so it's 7. All right, so please give me something. Sweet Jesus. Fucking hate it.
So
That hit,
you
I think.
pull out this you put your whip away and pull out this hand axe from your belt, and you go to yeet it out, and it looks a little wonky. It's not like a straight spin like the beautiful, cool spins you see like ninja stars and stuff do. It's kind of like wobbly to the side and the left and right a little bit, but it does hit pretty squarely. You got lucky with the angle it was facing once it did make contact, and it sticks into the zombie. And it's now kind of protruding from his right shoulder, kind of where his right clavicle and shoulder is. And you hit him. Go ahead and roll for damage.
It's
Alright.
literally on the corner of the dice on the screen. I fucking hate it.
What's on the corner?
The dice was on its edge.
Oh shit. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you hit it. The shoulder is now lodged into him. So if you need to get it back, you have to kind of go up and pull it out now, either after now or after he's deceased for good, hopefully. And yeah, he's still standing though. He doesn't look to be in that rough a shape. He now just looks a little pissed off because he's got something stuck in his shoulder. Anything else for you, Katniss?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Finn, it is now your turn.
All right. Out of curiosity, so you can cast a bonus action before an actual action,
Yes.
So okay, cool. So in that case, I'm going to, for my bonus action, do Hunter's Mark onto
Nice.
zombie number 4.
Very nice. That's like a 60-foot radius or something, right?
It says 90 feet. Well, here. Hold
Oh shit. Yeah, I see it. You're good.
90 feet. Yep. All right. And I'm going to roll. Actually, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna roll for my attack to hit the zombie.
Okay. Are you gonna use your bow?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask that you move just slightly to the right.
That's what I was gonna. Yeah, I was just gonna like. Yeah. Okay. I'll move.
Just try and
slightly.
try and get an angle on it, because Bobby's like right in your grill right now. It's gonna be hard to aim around
Yeah.
him.
All right. So I move slightly to the right.
I'd appreciate it
enough?
if you didn't hit me again.
Well, let's hope not. Okay. So yeah, let's move slightly to the right, and I'm gonna roll to see if I hit. Should load in a second.
Yeah, I think that hits.
Go ahead and roll for damage, and then also roll your Hunter's Mark damage.
Fuck yeah. All right. Cool. Then
Jeez Louise, what's that? 12?
Yep.
All right. You let that you go ever so gracefully to probably the left of Bobby or the right of Bobby, depending on which way he's facing, and you just get out the way a little and you let that fucker soar, and that arrow goes straight where you're aiming at, and it hits him, and you see like that first hit, he kind of kind of winces a little, but then the force of that Hunter's Mark, you're so focused, perhaps you put some kind of like magical mark on his forehead or something for you to look at, to focus on, and that mark and that area that you're focusing on kind of also kind of glows with a red glow, and it does even more damage and sends him flying back, I'll say maybe 5 feet or so, because that is force damage applied there. So he moves back a few feet, and he's now gnarling in pain, and he looks very, very messed up. He's kind of hunched over a little, all sorts of blood and shit spewing out from him. Very good hit. Anything else you'd like to do?
In that case, I will move. Actually, okay, because since I moved slightly to the right, can I still move?
Yeah, you can still move more. You can exhaust all 30 feet or whatever you have of movement,
Right. Okay,
in any
yeah.
given segments.
All right. So here, 1 second. I'm just gonna measure real quick. All right. I'm just gonna move right about here. This should take 15. Realistically. Yeah.
Sweet.
That's it. I am my turn.
All right, Fallacious, you are next.
I get distracted by some flowers over here.
Go ahead and make sure those flowers are within 17.5 feet, or 18 feet. They should be. I just want to make sure because the scale's all fucked up.
Yeah.
Awesome. What are you doing? Are you like picking the flowers, smelling the flowers? What are you doing over there?
I cast my Druidcraft transcript. No, cantrip. And make the flowers blossom.
Yeah, okay, so
for my little halfling friend.
So these flowers, they look a little not well cared for, perhaps not watered very well. It's, you know, dawn or close to dawn, so they should be blooming and beautiful, but they're a little wilted. And as you extend your hand out and this green magical glow comes from out your hand and you kind of brush the petals to the side, they open up and bloom these very beautiful, vibrant colors. There's some purples, yellows, reds, all sorts of colors of these flowers now blooming up. Are you going to pick any of the flowers or anything?
Yes, and I give them to Zalin.
That's so cute.
I start putting them in his hair and arranging them into a nice little arrangement. I
Flower
tuck some
crown.
behind his ears.
Ah, hell yeah.
Dude, I love the Zalen fallacious shipping that's going on. It's fantastic. Is there anything else you'd like to do after you hand those flowers over to Zalen or Zalen, however you want to say your name?
No, in turn.
All right. That brings us to Zombie 4. Zombie 4 is, again, very hunched over. He's bleeding. He's got all sorts of shit going on with him. And he got pushed back by Finn. He was kind of focusing on eating Bobby, but he got a little distracted because this little fucking ranger over here just rocked his shit. And so now he's kind of focused on you, and he's just gonna make a beeline for you, and he's just gonna go and come towards you, and he's gonna try and make a hit on you.
Someone please get my hand axe.
Oh yeah, he does have that hand axe still. What's your armor class, Finn?
14.
Okay. He goes to kind of swipe at you with his hands and try and like grab you, and he goes "Roar," with both arms trying to like bear hug around you, and you kind of duck underneath and then roll off to the side in a very kind of dexterous way since you are a ranger, and you are able to dodge that blow. So Zombie 4 misses his attack. He's still in a rough shape. He has a hand axe lodged into him. He has something called a hunter's mark, apparently. He's all sorts of fucked up. Jeff, it is your turn. Iramir, you're on deck.
Oop, I was muted. All right, let's see here. Let's see what I got. Ooh, I am a... Ooh, zombie moved further away, fuckhead. Can I move first? Is that allowed?
Yeah, you can move first. You can do a bonus action first. You can do anything in any order. Just you're limited to the resources you have. So one action, one bonus action, and whatever feat of movement you have.
Get rid of this fucking guy, you know?
Yeah.
Make
Hell
him
yeah.
go fucking close to his ass. Alright, I'm in reach. I'm gonna use my short sword.
That's a move. Go for it.
You don't give me a lot of confidence.
Well, you are a wizard, but I mean, whatever floats your boat.
But like,
I'm not trying to talk you out of it. I was just surprised as all. Feel free to go for it.
my other first level, spells. Like maybe it's gonna be useful for something bigger later on.
I hope you like to beg.
Well, I'm not above that, so let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna use my fucking short sword.
All right, go ahead and do the hit DC roll.
Done. Oh.
Oh, hell my god.
All right,
Fuck, zombie.
go ahead and roll for damage.
Well, he's
Okay.
vanquished, right?
So you go to hit him with your sword. So the rest of you guys, you see this very, I don't want to call him scrawny, but he's not a very brawny elf. And he's also this very peculiar facial hair and hat, as you all have become aware of. But you get the impression that he's not a very strong martial fighter. He finds his joy in perhaps, wizard books or behind the seat of some kind of mechanical device, perhaps. So it's a little odd for y'all to see him close the gap and then pull out his short sword, and he goes, yeah, and he jams it right into the heart of this zombie, or where its heart would be if it was still living. I'm not quite sure how that works. Anyways, right into the center of his chest, and you see this zombie go, "Ugh," and he pulls the blade out, and the zombie falls on the floor.
Fuck yeah!
And Jeff Gordon is elated. He's so excited that he finally got to do something really cool up close and personal, and he got to slay a monster with the sword, and he's looking at you guys like, guys, I did it! And behind him he hears as the zombie rises back to his feet. Jeff, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Walk away.
If you move away at this point, he's going to get a free opportunity attack because you're within 5 feet.
Wait, if I move away, he's still gonna try and attack me?
Yes.
Correct. Because let me explain this to you. I explained it to Iramir, and you're probably watching TikTok or something. But
Yeah.
the way it works is if you're within 5 feet of a monster enemy that is a melee attacker, and you move outside of that 5-foot radius, they get a free attack on you using something called a reaction. So they can roll for an attack, and if they hit, they can roll for damage.
Yeah. Ooh, man, I feel like this. Okay.
Paul, can you mute?
Can
Actually, I can.
he's muted? I muted him.
I muted him too.
Can I use can I use my prestidigitation spell
Only if you can pronounce it.
to block his visibility even temporarily, like in terms of for his reaction attack?
You could cast it. Actually, no, because you already used your action. So you can only do anything where it says 1A. That's an action. If it said 1BA, or you could use that. And there you also have one spell that's called 1R, so you could use that as your reaction if something attacked you.
That's the only time I could use it though, because I've already got one slot filled, right?
So that's your spell slots.
Yeah, but I mean, like I've already used the magic missile before, so if I use another one, I wouldn't be able to use anything else.
In this battle, but there's only one guy left. And after you do a long rest, you guys get the opportunity to regain those spell slots, hit points, all that jazz.
All right, well then I'll use my shield.
So you're going to move away and use your shield as a reaction to block? Is that what's going on? Because your shield, sorry, I'm using a lot of terminology. The shield is something you'd cast when something attacks you. So instead of you taking a reaction to attack somebody that's moving away, you could use your reaction to block damage that's coming towards you. So if it was Zombie 4's turn and he goes to fuck you up, you could cast shield even though it's not your turn because it's a reaction spell. But you can't just cast it as an action or bonus action, unfortunately.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck to do.
I'm gonna do a little bit of metagaming assistance here. You got 6 party members that are going to go before you before Zombie 4's turn. I think the odds are probably in your favor if you chill. And yeah. Are you gonna stay put?
Yes, I yield.
Okay. Iramir, you are up. Zalen, you're on deck.
Okay, I marched towards Zombie 4 with my long sword out.
Go
I'm
for it.
really pissed because he survived for way too long. What's a B?
Oh, wait.
I rolled a B. What's a B?
It's a 20 or a 1 probably. Oh yeah, it was a nat 20 with your sword. Yeah, that hits. I'm gonna move your character forward to Zombie 4 just to visualize it. Go ahead and roll for damage. Actually, never mind. Doesn't matter. Are you using a smite or
God,
any other
no.
kind of cool thing?
I was just gonna use a regular
Alright.
old slash and whack.
Go ahead and roll for damage. Actually, sorry, I do need you to roll for
I
damage.
did. I got a 12, I think.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
All right. You slice. You do kind of like a horizontal slice.
I got a
right
14. Sorry.
Okay, 14 plus. Okay. You do kind of like a horizontal slice, kind of as you're running up to this thing from across the beach, and right across the belly. And you slice its belly open, and there was already a few cuts there, presumably from some of the fighting that happened on the ship after you guys left. But now you just kind of cut that straight open, and his intestines are now starting to blurt out of his belly, and he again falls to the ground. And you appear victorious as you perhaps raise your sword in the air for victory. He stands back up with his
God.
intestines falling out of him.
Just die.
Iramir, is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
All right, Zaylin, you're up.
You gotta take the head off, right? I'm not jumping down off Billy. It's too comfortable up here.
You know what? I'm sorry. Real quick, Zaylin, before you keep thinking about what you want to do,
Mhm.
but Iramir and Katniss, can you two give me religion checks real quick?
You said religion?
Yes.
No, he's
Yeah, shut up.
Oh.
oh no.
I'm so sorry, guys. This zombie stood back up for a split second, and he's roaring. He's angry, and then he goes, "Ah," and he kind of filters out, and he falls down. And I'm so sorry I took away your cool moment, but I forgot that critical hits are a thing. And yeah, if you want to go back in time and tell us how you would want to kill the zombie, I think we can do a little retconning because I fucked up there. That is very appropriate. Well done. I'm sorry, Iramir. Going back one turn when he sliced the zombie, how did you fell this beast?
Iramir.
She's pissed right now.
Fucking muted herself. She's like, I fucking killed that thing. I know I did. Alright, well, I'll speak for her. Well, I took a slicing slash and I slashed his head off.
Yeah, she's donezo.
She's probably peeing.
Dude, that's
Maybe.
good.
So, as you guys can tell, I'll say, Katniss, you rolled low in your religion, but you were so heavily involved in your religion that it's fairly low check for this one, fairly low difficulty. You're able to remember that from your time studying various unholy beasts to fight them with your holy magic, that zombies are rumored to be able to recover from most normal attacks. However, things such as radiant damage or a really well-placed blow to the head or something similar, i.e. critical hit, is capable of downing the beast for good if that's the final blow to it, and it extinguishes the life within the beast.
Yeah, zombies can be really annoying.
So we'll just say that the zombie died the way that I kind of described it. It got back up momentarily and kind of fell back down. And Iramir looked really cool through the whole process, and we all love her for it. And Zombie 4 is dead. And these are scheduled to be 3-hour sessions, so if everybody needs to get off, we can end the session now and pick back up here not next week, week after next.
Huzzah.
Sounds good to me.
So you guys have had a successful first combat encounter without anybody going down, including Bobby, who got down to 1 HP at one point in time, and also got friendly fire from a whip, and before that, the Hail of Thorns that kind of caused the 1 HP in the beginning. So very well done, everybody. That was an awesome session.
Dude, thanks for recording.
Round of applause.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you did a great job. That
Yes,
was really
thank
fun.
you.
Thank you.
Now you're back. Oh, we wanted. You had the option to tell us like how you would have killed the zombie, and you weren't here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, my cat decided her favorite spot to play is right next to the modem. So,
Well, now that you're back, what was gonna be your reaction to kill the zombie. Because you.
Wait, I did kill the zombie? I thought it was
I
a Jesse
did-
should spill out.
I totally fucked up. Since you did a critical hit, it should have killed the zombie, despite these special abilities that Katniss has remembered through her religious training and background that zombies will sometimes come back from the dead unless radiant damage or a critical hit, a well-placed hit, is the final blow. And I forgot that second part. So since you did a critical hit, you can describe what it looked like and how cool it was when you killed this last zombie.
Oh, okay, yeah, I would have split him in the middle, like you said, and all his intestines came out and he falls on the ground. And I take my big old sword and I just chop his head off.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So we'll say that he got back up for a split second, and without even turning around, you just sliced your sword behind your back, and his head came clean off, and he's donezo for good.
And that'll teach him.
So
Yeah,
Winifred
that
of you.
teached him very well.
So much so he's dead. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, this was really fun. It's my first time ever playing anything like roleplay like this. I really liked it.
Me too.
Awesome. I'm so glad that everybody had a good time. Like I said,
gotta
next
give you
session.
credit. For first time DM, you were very good.
Yeah, you are
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Thank you, that means a
Wait,
lot.
wait, wait. This is your first time DMing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, you made it was awesome. Good job, man.
I just got into D&D like a month ago. I started playing at the end of December, and I played a few online games since then, and that's pretty much my experience so far.
Hell yeah, man.
You're
Good
doing
job.
great, Hose.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dude.
So
I
we're
look
skipping
forward-
next Friday and then doing Friday after that, right?
Correct. Friday
Yeah.
the 21st, same place, same time. We will pick right back up where we left off. I'll leave everybody where they are on the map, and we'll probably get to explore this town that y'all landed in.
Oh.
Awesome.
Thanks,
All
man.
right. GG's, guys. See ya.
Yeah, GG's everybody.
Good
GG's.
stuff, folks. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.